and 1220 AM KOFO. We're going to get you ready. It is the final week of regular season play, final week of district play. And you know, there are still some things to play for area teams here this evening, as a lot of games can mean some home playoff games. And, of course, as you know, for 4A, everyone gets in. So you get a playoff spot, you get a playoff spot, you get a playoff spot. Everybody gets a playoff spot in 4A. And that even means the Ottawa High Cyclones. So a lot going on for high school football. And as we mentioned, we've got games that have some meaningful things. And you couldn't ask for better weather when it comes to high school football. Nice chill in the air. Makes you want to build a little fire, bring out the radio, listen to some football, maybe roast a couple weenies out there on the fire. Speaking of roasting weenies, I'll be making fun of my board op later once we get off the air, and we will, as we get you everything you need to know about high school football tonight, and you'll be able to see the scores on the KOFO Sports page once everything is finalized. And then also, don't forget to tune in to the Kansas High School Scoreboard Show at 10 o'clock tonight. Nick Gosnell will have all the wrap-ups and all the scores for you in this final week, week 8 of high school football. So let's get things going, and let's talk about what's going to be here on the Mothership on 103.7 FM and 1220 AM KOFO. Also on KOFO.com, the Ottawa High School Cyclones go on the road for their final regular season game. Cyclones did finally score their first touchdown in 2 games last week against Lewisburg, but that was really the only positive that came from the game as the Wildcats pounded the Cyclones 49-7. Tonganoxie so far has been unbeatable, and they look to run the table and finish the regular season with a perfect 8-0 record. The Chieftains tamed the Bulldogs of Baldwin last week 55-0, and that was the second straight shutout for Tonganoxie. It's been tough for the Cyclones to score all season long, and it may not be any different tonight. Why? Well, Tonganoxie has only allowed opponents to, on average, to score just 10 points a game. And that is for an offense that has had their struggles all season long. That does not bode well for the Cyclones. We're going to talk with Gary Bateman around 6:20 to discuss this one live from Tonganoxie. And we have a lot to talk about because last week, Cyclones had several players injured, including starting quarterback Caleb Kessinger. And we'll see what the medical report has for this week. And we'll see what Coach Rob Hedrick has in mind as he gets ready to take on a powerhouse like Tonganoxie this evening. Now, the KOFO High School Football Game of the Week will feature 2 one-win teams with the possibility of a state playoff berth. Yes, you heard that right. The winner of tonight's Central Heights and West Franklin matchup will make it to the state tournament. Both Central Heights and West Franklin are 1-6, and this game will be played over at Ottawa University at Advent Health Field. Now, the game time is 7:30 for this one, and this is the KOFO High School Football Game of the Week. That means pregame won't start until 7:20. So about 30 minutes difference between the start of pregame and then the kickoff for the game. So 7:20 pregame, 7:30 kickoff for tonight's game. Central Heights picked up their first win of the season last week over McLeod, 32-0. And with that win, as we mentioned, it sets up this winner-take-all matchup with West Franklin, who came out on the short end of the stick last week as they lost to Oskaloosa 38-16. Last week for Central Heights, it was the first time in 2 weeks the Vikings scored more than 6 points in a game, and just the second time this season, as we mentioned, just the second time that they had more than 6 points in a game. West Franklin's lost last week. It was the first time all season long the Falcons had scored double-digit points. So this will be an interesting one to keep an eye on, and you'll be able to hear it on KOFO.com. And again, the winner makes it to the state playoffs and as they will finish high enough in their district to earn that berth. And we're going to talk with Luke Queen later on during Friday Night Lights about this one. And again, he'll have the call over on KOFO.com. It'll be, again, 7:20 for the pregame, and then 7:30 for the kickoff. In other area action, Wellsville, who's at 3-4, takes on Hayden at 6-1. And the Eagles' playoff hopes hang by a thread as they fly into tonight's game with Hayden. The Eagles need a win by a large margin. They also need a big loss by Santa Fe Trail for the Eagles to slide into the playoff bracket. The Eagles certainly didn't help their cause last week as they weren't able to overcome Jeff West. They lost 29-23 in a game where Wellsville held the lead but couldn't cross the finish line for the win. Hayden comes into the game tonight with just one blemish on their record, and after losing last week in overtime to Perry Lecompton 21-20. Up to that game, the Wildcats had not allowed an opponent to score double-digit points all season long. Now, we saw Wellsville last week in their game against Jeff West play a team who had kind of the similar track record with their defense, and the Eagles were able to not only score into the double digits, but have the lead for a period of time. So this should be a fun one to keep an eye on for you. Of course, as we mentioned, we'll have scores throughout the night on the broadcasts, and we'll also have the final scores on the KOF webpage. Jackson Heights is at 5-2. They're on the road. They'll take on the Linden Tigers, who are 7-0. The Tigers have already punched their ticket to the state playoffs, but a win tonight over Jackson Heights would mean Linden hosts a first-round game. And depending on how the evening goes, that first-round opponent would either be Centralia or Valley Heights. The Tigers stayed perfect on the year after picking up a 36-16 victory over Troy last week. And the Tigers have not had a game closer than a 2-score difference all year long. Jackson Heights comes into tonight's game in the same boat as Linden. A win by Jackson Heights tonight, and they win the district and will host a playoff game next week. A loss, and more than likely they're on the road. Jackson Heights has won 3 in a row, including last week's victory over Jefferson County North, 36-8. That was the third time this season the defense for the Cobras allowed only 8 points during a ball game. Osage City, who's 4-3 in the season, they'll be at McLeod, who's 0-7. And Osage City finds themselves in a position to finish off with a win and a chance to host a home playoff game next week. The Indians are sitting in third place in the district. They're guaranteed a spot in the state bracket, but a win tonight and a loss by Oskaloosa could move the Indians to a second-place position. Osage City is looking to get back on the right track after facing the freight train known as Silver Lake last week. The Indians were destroyed by a final score of 57-0. Right now, McLeod is just happy the season comes to an end tonight. The Bulldogs started the season with a whimper and have not been able to get anything going in a positive manner. McLeod has only once this year scored in double digits. They've been shut out 3 times so far this year. So Osage City looking to pick up a victory tonight over McLeod and better their spot in the state playoffs for next week. 4-3 Burlington takes on the 4-3 Anderson County Bulldogs. And Anderson County is looking to pick up that 5th victory of the year and lock in a home playoff game with a win tonight. The Bulldogs sit in second place in their group, 1 game back of Prairie View. And the boys from Garnett are coming off of a 41-0 loss to Prairie View last week. That loss snapped a 3-game winning streak and was the first time Anderson County was shut out for the season. Burlington has their ticket punched for the state playoffs, but a win would make their positioning a little bit better than a loss would. Burlington picked up their second straight win. They were able to trip up Osawatomie 42-28. And in a game that I think a lot of people in the area are looking forward to here tonight, and we will keep you posted on this, the two Miami County powerhouses will meet in Lewisburg as 7-0 Paola. The Panthers take on their feline cousins to the east, the 5-2 Lewisburg Wildcats. Paola has been the class in the area all season long. They have only allowed on average 7 points to their opposition all season. The Panthers picked up their 7th straight win last week. They handled Eudora in an easy manner, 56-3. If the Panthers beat Lewisburg tonight, they would host Baldwin next week in the first round of the playoffs and would be the number 1 seed on the eastern side of the bracket. Lewisburg comes into this clash tonight reeling off 5 straight wins, including last week's 49-7 thumping of the Ottawa High School Cyclones. And the Wildcats have solidified their spot in the playoffs, and they're looking to earn a possible home game for the first round with a win tonight. The Buffaloes of Prairie View have locked up their district after they shut out Anderson County last week 4-1. As Prairie View ran their record to 7-0. That was Prairie View's 3rd shutout of the season. The Buffalo defense has trampled their competition all season long by only allowing an average of 9 points, while the offense is scoring an average of 36 points a game. Iola's 1-6 on the season, and they come in tonight with a faint glimmer of hope for the playoffs. If they win and Osawatomie beats Girard, Iola does have a chance to slide in. Iola, though, has only won 1 game of the season, and it was 2 weeks ago against Osawatomie. Iola had a chance last week to help their cause. They just couldn't get over the hump. They fell to Girard 14-12. Speaking of Girard, they'll be at Osawatomie tonight. Girard is 4-4 on the year. The Trojans of Osawatomie 1-6. And I mean, come on, it hasn't been all bad for Osawatomie this season. You see, they did pick up their first win since 2017. Sure, it's the only win they have, but they have one. And the Trojans have lost their last 4 games, including a 42-28 loss to Burlington last week. The Trojans, though, want to play the role of spoiler tonight. If Osawatomie beats Girard, it could keep Anderson County from hosting a home playoff game. It could possibly keep Girard out of the playoffs. Girard needs to win to solidify their footing in the playoffs. And Girard comes in after stopping a 2-game losing skid with that 14-12 win over Iola last week. In other area action, the 0-7 Baldwin Bulldogs is at Spring Hill. They're 4-4 on the year. Santa Fe Trail with a big game against Jeff West as they're on the road at Jeff West. Trail's at 4-3 on the year. Jeff West 6-1. 4-3 Waverly is at 1-6 Wakefield. 3-4 Maridazine Valley is at 5-2 Center, and 4-3 Crest is at Altoona Midway, who is 2-5 on the year. So that's a look of the area action as we get ready for the final week of district and regular season play. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will talk with Gary Bateman as he gets ready to broadcast the Ottawa High game from Tonganoxie. We'll also hear from Luke Queen, who will have the KOFO High School Football Game of the Week on KOFO.com. You're listening to Friday Night Lights on 103.7 FM and 1220 AM KOFO.
Here's your exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast.
For rebates or special financing on a new Lennox home comfort system, call All Seasons Air Conditioning and Heating at 8888 Airman or online at allseasons-ac-heat.com.
We mentioned the weather should be fantastic for football. It's in the 50s right now. It'll be slowly dropping as the evening goes on, but it'll be mostly clear. Low expected of 36. Tomorrow there is a 20% chance of rain, otherwise mostly sunny, a high of 56. And tomorrow night mostly clear, a low of 37. On Sunday mostly sunny, a high of 57. At the Ottawa Municipal Airport, the wind is out of the north at 7 miles per hour. Humidity's at 50%. Barometric pressure holding steady at 30.19 inches of mercury. It's clear in South Ottawa, and it's 52 at KOFO 1220 and 103.7 FM.
It's Rishrub auction time tomorrow at 9:30. Sale location is at the home of Ben and Judy Johnson, 3 miles south of Ottawa on Highway 59, and will include a vast majority of their treasures, collectibles, and personal equipment like tractors and farm equipment, vintage shop and tool items, plus more. Sale starts at 9:30 sharp. See a complete list at wishrupauctions.com or call 785-828-4212. Wishrup auction sale tomorrow on Highway 59, 3 miles south of Ottawa.
Jim Trendle here from Trendle Lumber Company. Most of the people that's employed at Trendle Lumber has been in the material supply business for as much as 30 years. They're all local people. I've only got one person that works out of my location there that doesn't live within the city limits of Ottawa. All these people are living with everything they're working with and that they're selling you. I'm Jim Trendle with Trendle Lumber Company, 1516 South Main, where service matters.
Pizza Time at 208 South Main in historic downtown Ottawa is very proud to be a locally owned and operated part of the community. From supporting our schools and charities to backing our sports teams, Pizza Time has been serving the area in more than just pizza since 1985. Dine in, carry out, or free delivery. Remember, Pizza Time is here to continue to serve up the area's favorite pizza. Look us up and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or just call us at 242-TIME. You know what time it is? It's always Pizza Time.
Trade pros. Whether you specialize in service or new construction, Ferguson knows firsthand how much work goes into a long day on the job, which is why we're committed to offering the products and solutions to get every job done right. With over 1,000 locations, an unmatched selection of specialty products, tools, and supplies, our pro pickup and same or next day delivery, you can trust that doing business with Ferguson will be the easiest part of your hard day's work. Visit Ferguson.com to find a counter location near you.
I'm Dr. Bob Arnott, and I treat pain with Salonpas. Before you take anything for back or joint pain, I recommend applying topical pain relievers first, like Salonpas lidocaine patch. Salonpas lidocaine contains the maximum strength lidocaine available without a prescription. It blocks pain receptors, providing effective, long-lasting, and non-addictive relief. Also available in roll-on or cream. Look for the silver Salonpas box in the pain relief file. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Sponsored by Hisamitsu.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions, like online skills tests, which let a candidate show that they're the right hire. We'll also have a dolphin chatter excitedly in front of the perfect candidate. Okay, there's no dolphin. But skills tests, that's a for sure.
See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Visit Indeed.com/promo today and get a free sponsored job upgrade on your first posting. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
Nothing is more important than the health of kids in Kansas. Schools and child care providers are doing their part to help kids grow up healthy by offering tasty, nutritious food choices and fun ways to be physically active. See what's going on with child nutrition and wellness in Kansas at www.kn-eat.org. Now is a great time to learn how to eat smart and play hard for life. Brought to you by the Kansas Department of Education and this station.
Back here on Friday Night Lights as we get you closer to the start of the Rob Hedrick pregame show at about 6:40 tonight. And also kickoff for Ottawa High at 7 here on 103.7 FM and 1220 AM KOFO and KOFO.com. Reminder, the KOFO High School football game of the week, since it is at Ottawa University tonight, that will be a 7:20 pregame, 7:30 kickoff between Central Heights and West Franklin. Now, as we talk about these two games, let's bring in the people who know the most. As we want to talk now with Gary Bateman, who is live from Tonganoxie, as the Cyclones get ready for their final regular season matchup with Tonganoxie here. Gary, welcome into Friday Night Lights.
Thank you, Bob. It's a perfect night for football here in Tonganoxie.
It is it's great night for football. It is definitely finally football weather, and it's going to be a tough one here tonight. I mean, I don't know that there's really much you can do to sugarcoat this one. Tonganoxie has been on fire all season long, and the Cyclones have just really struggled all about, and we've talked about it all season long, whether it's been just not having the bodies to play or the injury problems or just not being able to get much going. It's kind of it's just been a whole it's just been one big mess, to be honest.
Well, and Rob Hedrick says that he looks at the film. He says this team is not quitting. I mean, that's important to him. You may not have the horses. You may not have the speed. You may not have a lot of different things, but you got to have desire. And he says this Cyclone team still has that desire. Problem is they're playing really good competition this year. If Tonganoxie comes into tonight's ball game 7-0, they are only 4-point differential behind the Paola Panthers, and theoretically they can still be the number one seed on the east side of the 4A bracket. If they would win here tonight and either Lewisburg would beat Paola or play them very, very close, they could actually sneak into that number one spot. Now, if that doesn't happen, it's probably about a 99% chance that Ottawa's going to come right back here a week from tonight in the first round of the 4A playoffs. They'll be the 15 seed. Tonganoxie would be the 2 seed.
And that's good to hear that especially with watching the film, Coach Hedrick thinks that and sees that the players are playing hard, and he hasn't quote unquote lost the team. But coming into tonight's game, first of all, we've got to find out how is the injury situation, because that played a huge role last week.
Well, it's much better this week. Caleb Kessinger is back. Has been the starting quarterback throughout. Adrian Aho did a fine job substituting for him last week. Trey Bones is back. I believe that Hunter Sawalski is back also. Trying to think who else was on that injury list. I know Coach was concerned about Seth Cubbison, but he suited up tonight. So hopefully the Cyclones are about as close to being at full strength as they've been for quite some time. They've been without Ethan Jansen since the first game of the year, and honestly, that's hurt him quite a bit. That's a big defensive presence, if nothing else. But Ethan hurt that knee early in the Baldwin game, and we haven't had him around. I'm sure that Coach Hedrick would love to have the junior out there on the field, but you have to go with what you've got, basically.
With that said, and really with nothing left to lose, do you expect to see anything different tonight than maybe we normally would?
Well, I think Ottawa's going to try to establish some things here tonight, once again, with the idea that they're most likely going to come back here next Friday night. You certainly don't want to show everything in this game when you have got to play the same team next week. Now, Tonganoxie, I don't think will do anything different than what they've been doing all year long, and that is move the football. They are really an offensive juggernaut. They can run the ball, they can pass the ball, and they're very good at both, and they've also got a fine defense as well.
Gary, we're looking forward to your call, and of course, you'll be joining us in about 11 minutes with the Rob Hedrick pregame show and kickoff at 7. So have a good call, and we'll be looking forward to hearing it.
All right, thanks a lot, Bob. We'll talk with you next week.
All right, thank you, Gary. That's Gary Bateman live from Tonganoxie as we now shift our focus over to Ottawa University, where this matchup between Central Heights and West Franklin has some playoff implications, and we will talk with Luke Queen, who will have the game over on KOFO.com. Again, 7:20 pregame, 7:30 kickoff. And Luke, welcome into Friday Night Lights.
Hey, Bob, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing fantastic. And, when you would take a look at everything, I think in some ways it's a little surprising that there's some a playoff spot is on the line here tonight.
Yeah, it really is. Winner of this ball game advances into the bracket. They'll be the 4 seed out of District 2. The loser tonight will, get that 9 game next week, but will not be in the playoffs. So this one, battle between these two Franklin County schools, and one of them's going to go, and one of them's going to just get that consolation game next week.
I think this is going to be an interesting match. It is going to be an interesting matchup, but when you take a look at some of the stats, as I mentioned earlier in the program, For Central Heights, it was the first time in 2 weeks they had scored more than 6 points in a game, and just the second time all season long. And while West Franklin, it was the first time all season long that the Falcons had scored double-digit points. So you've got two teams who've had their struggles on offense, and you got to imagine one of those two are going to be able to put something together here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Central Heights has been very good at moving the football. Penalties have derailed some drives for them, and they've been unable to put it into the end zone. West Franklin has had some moments where they've done kind of the same, but defensively, both of these teams are up to a challenge. They fight very hard. Usually, keeping teams within arm's reach for quite a while. I would just, whoever can find a way to get on the board early, I think will definitely have the advantage here this evening.
So you would say that the key for both of these two teams would be a quick start offensively and defensively then?
Absolutely. If a team can get rolling offensively here early is really, I think the team's going to be able to, kind of hopefully get the game in their grasp, I guess to say, and get a stop defensively. So, this honestly, just looking statistically, it's going to be a really close matchup, I would imagine. And so somebody's just going to have to get that offense, get across the goal line early on, and I really think they might be able to take control of the football game.
What are going to be the keys for both of these teams tonight?
Well, both of these teams are, run-first football teams. Central Heights has had a little bit of success, especially last week throwing the football. Brady Burson actually, I believe, was perfect last week, and a couple touchdown passes. Also runs the ball well. Shane Verser, quarterback for West Franklin, is a strong runner, not afraid to go through the middle and, run the ball hard. And I don't know if it's going to come down to what may be throwing the football might actually decide the winner of this ball game.
Well, neither one are going to be able to complain about field conditions. Both play on grass surfaces, or usually would play on grass surfaces, and with the amount of moisture and everything we've had, would be chewed up probably by this time of the year. But field turf tonight there at Ottawa University, so the field conditions won't be a problem. How much does that affect this game playing on a surface like that?
Honestly, with running football teams like these two are, I think it might surprise them a little bit to where, they run a little bit faster. The game moves a little bit quicker. You don't have to worry about anything being chewed up or dried out, chunks out of the field that you step in and can twist something. You've got this smooth surface, and it is quick here at Ottawa University. I think it could be just a fun game for both of these teams here this evening.
Well, Luke, we're looking forward to your call over on KOFO.com. Have a good one, and we will talk to you again for Friday Night Lights.
All right. Thanks, Bob.
That is Luke Queen from over at Ottawa University as he gets ready for the game over on KOFO.com. Again, 7:20 pregame, 7:30 kickoff. We're going to take our final break of the evening. When we come back, we'll wrap this one up. You're listening to Friday Night Lights on 103.7 FM and 1220 AM KOFO.
What name comes to mind when you think about your garage door? Drawing a blank? Of course you are. Whoever thinks about their garage door, unless it doesn't work or you finally realize how much better your house would look with a brand new one. That's when you should think about Prouty Building Services. They've developed a reputation as the professional garage door company in the area. They're locally owned and specialize in residential, commercial, and agricultural garage door installation and repair with free estimates and preventative maintenance. The only name you need to think of with your garage door is Prouty Building Services. Like them on Facebook and call 785-241-1537.
How would you like to see the most exciting team in football from the front row? KOFO and Furniture Loft are sending you to Arrowhead for an experience you'll never forget. You and a friend in front row seats to watch a Chiefs game? Just stop by Furniture Loft in Osage City at 523 Market Street or Emporia at 2914 West US 50 to register once each time you're there. Only one win per person. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 to win. The next ticket giveaway is for the Chiefs game November 3rd versus the Vikings. We'll announce the winner October 31st during the Brad Howard Early Morning Morning Show.
Tractors, big and small, BTI John Deere has them all. Stop in for a closer look at the 8R Series tractors, and you'll discover they offer power, utility, ability to handle greater loads, and driver comfort. If you want to tackle bigger jobs without the size of a large tractor, but with the features of one, the John Deere 5 Family Utility Tractor is perfect for you. This tractor can get the job done on the farm, professional landscaping project, or even your home property. Which one will you choose at your local BTI John Deere location?
Hi, this is Michelle Randall, Social Service Director and Admission Coordinator at Rock Creek of Ottawa. I've worked in this facility for more than 37 years and have had the pleasure of helping many families with their loved ones in our community. In all that time, I've never seen such a positive change in ownership and leadership. The culture of caring for the residents here at Rock Creek of Ottawa is the first thing I noticed and continue to see every day. I invite you to come visit our home-like environment and professional staff that will make your loved ones our top priority. Find out more at rockcreekofottawa.com. Rock Creek of Ottawa, you're the reason we're here.
Hey folks, Josh here with QSI. Now's the time to buy. If you've been thinking about that garage, hobby shop, horse barn, or even a barn for your farm equipment, give us a call today. Let one of our experienced salespeople tell you about the QSI Advantage and why you should choose QSI over one of our competitors. Call us today, 1-800-374-6988, or as always, log on to qualitystructures.com for more information.
Trade pros. Whether you specialize in service or new construction, Ferguson knows firsthand how much work goes into a long day on the job, which is why we're committed to offering the products and solutions to get every job done right. With over 1,000 locations, an unmatched selection of specialty products, tools, and supplies, our pro pickup and same or next day delivery, you can trust that doing business with Ferguson will be the easiest part of your hard day's work. Visit Ferguson.com to find a counter location near you.
Hello, Saver. At Walgreens, we like the way you save on things. Take afternoon matinees. You know they have the same endings as full-price movies. And copays on Medicare Part D prescriptions. You can get them for as low as $0 with select plans. So when you choose a plan with Walgreens as your preferred pharmacy, you know you're saving smartly. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. $0 copay on Tier 1 generic drugs available through select plans that include Walgreens as a preferred pharmacy.
I'm Dr. Bob Arnott, and I treat pain with Salonpas. Before you take anything for back or joint pain, I recommend applying topical pain relievers first, like Salonpas lidocaine patch. Salonpas lidocaine contains the maximum strength lidocaine available without a prescription. It blocks pain receptors, providing effective, long-lasting, and non-addictive relief. Also available in roll-on or cream. Look for the silver Salonpas box in the pain relief file. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Sponsored by Hisamitsu.
KOFO Radio in Ottawa is looking for just the right person to join our marketing department. The right person might have a background in business-to-business sales, will be outgoing, upbeat, a team player, and eager to learn. We'll give you the time-tested and proven tools and training to help you be successful. You supply the positive attitude, drive, and hard work. Send your resume to KOFO@KOFO.com or drop it by the KOFO studios at 320 East Radio Road, Ottawa, Kansas during regular business hours. No phone calls, please. KOFO is an equal opportunity employer.
Well, that's going to just about wrap it up for us here tonight on the Friday Night Lights show. We appreciate you joining us as this finishes up the regular season portion of the program. And we are so happy to bring this to you to kind of get you a primer for all the football action going on around the KOFO listening area. Don't forget, the Rob Hedrick pregame show is coming up, and don't forget the time change for the game of the week, 7:20 pregame, 7:30 on KOFO.com. Thanks for listening to Friday Night Lights here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Stay tuned for the following special presentation from KOFO, 1220 and 103.7 FM. KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to this broadcast of Ottawa Cyclone football on 1220 and 103.7 FM and online at KOFO.com. Brought to you by Quality Structures Incorporated, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Sutton's Jewelry, Bank Midwest, Advent Health Ottawa, and by Ottawa University, Kramer Pharmacy, Ottawa Recreation Commission, and Lamb Roberts Funeral Home. Our Cyclone game sponsors also include Cosentino's Price Chopper, Kansas State Bank, Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling, CarStar, Arvest Bank, the Ottawa Herald, and the City of Ottawa, Dials Construction, State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King, and Fusion Alley with Primetime Grill coming soon. Now let's head to the field and join KOFO's Gary Bateman for Ottawa Cyclone football.
And welcome to Tonganoxie and Beatty Field as we get set for football action this evening between the Ottawa Cyclones and the Tonganoxie Chieftains. Ottawa comes in at 1-6 following their loss last week to Lewisburg 49-7. Tonganoxie undefeated on the year. They are 7-0. They are currently the number 2 seed on the east side of the bracket in Class 4A. The Cyclones are the 15th seed. And if those positions hold here tonight, these two teams will not only meet here this evening, but we'll be right back here a week from tonight to bring you first-round playoff action in Class 4A. It's a perfect night for football. Glad you're joining us by radio. And we'll have our weekly interview with Coach Rob Hedrick. After we take this time out, you're listening to Cyclone Football and the pregame show here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
It's late at night. You'd been visiting family and you're on your way home. You didn't see the deer in front of you until it was too late. Everyone is safe. Your vehicle did its job and protected you. Now you get to find out if your auto insurance does the same. It will, because you have State Farm Auto Insurance through local agent Keith King in Ottawa.
I'm State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King. Let's work together to be sure your vehicle has the coverage you need. Call and schedule an appointment today at 242-9435. Stop by my office at 111 South Main in Ottawa or visit online at keithking.net.
KOFO Radio in Ottawa is looking for just the right person to join our marketing department. The right person might have a background in business-to-business sales, will be outgoing, upbeat, a team player, and eager to learn. We'll give you the time-tested and proven tools and training to help you be successful. You supply the positive attitude, drive, and hard work. Send your resume to KOFO at KOFO.com or drop it by the KOFO studios at 320 East Radio Road, Ottawa, Kansas during regular business hours. No phone calls, please. KOFO is an equal opportunity employer.
And welcome back to the Rob Hedrick Show here on KOFO as the Cyclones get set to take on the Tonganoxie Chieftains this evening in the final regular season game. Last week, the Cyclones on senior night fell to Lewisburg 49-7. Coach, it was another one of those situations where the opposing team jumped out quickly and just never really looked back.
Yeah, they're a good football team, and they overpowered us in several positions. And so the defense did a good job their first possession. They got Lewisburg to the third downs, third and relatively long. The first three times, and then we just couldn't stop them on third down and end up in a touchdown, and then the floodgates kind of opened.
Yeah, and after that very first drive, which took about 5 minutes, they had a lot of those short drives that you hate to see. One play 62 yards, one play 61 yards.
Yeah, and then when we fumbled the snap on the punt, and every team, most teams do that where they. It's the big momentum change. You get a turnover, they take a shot deep, and we knew that was coming. They popped us for a touchdown there with a long pass, and those long runs to the edge, we couldn't set the edge, and they kept getting the corner and kept outrunning us. And like you said, they popped a lot of big plays on us.
The kid did a nice job tiptoeing the sideline on those runs though too. I mean, give Kuntz some credit. He's a fine runner.
He really is. Got great speed and just a good running back, like you said. He got to the edge, and then he outran us, and he had a big night, that's for sure.
Let's talk about the punt, because you had the one problem there with the block kick, and after that, I thought the punting game looked pretty darn good.
Yeah, we put Reese Vogel into punt, and he boomed it. He looked really good. A couple of those things is, again, with the injuries and things, then we had some more injuries during the game. We had to substitute some people quickly onto the punt team, which caused us, that was a couple of issues there. But then, man, Reese did a nice job. And I said, when we came off after that first one, I go, why didn't you tell me you could punt? And he swears he told me he could punt. I said, no, I would have remembered that, but he did a nice job. So
yeah, I'm going to take credit for that. I mentioned that to you last week off air.
That's well done, and it's nice to know we have a punter for the next 2 years.
Yeah, so absolutely. He did a nice job, and I think the first one probably was as much nerves as anything else, because the snap was good. It was just something he bobbled as he went to make his move to kick.
Yeah, well, actually, that wasn't Reese. That was another player. So
okay.
That was it was a player who's a good football player, and he just, like you said, it had to have been the nerves because that was his first punt. Of the year since Caleb was out, and it had been nerves because it was a good snap, and he just dropped it, and so that's when we put Reese in. So.
Kind of a scary moment later on in the ball game with Colin Creech, and you always want to err on the side of caution, but it did not look good. And then finally, it was nice to see him get up, go to the bench, spend some time there, and then go do whatever else he needed to do to be healthy.
And that's Colin's always playing 100 miles an hour, and he and Aaron Clevenger had a pretty good collision, and it turns out it was a good stinger they got, and like I said, it was a very nice carry. Miss Shepard did a great job. She was right there, and then the paramedics came down and took over, and they made the call, and they took all the necessary precautions, and Colin's good. He was a little sore this week, but he was good. So he's, like you said, that's always scary, and made everybody happy to see Colin get back on his feet, and he'll be ready to go.
Now, for the most part, Lewisburg played reserves in the second half, but the Cyclones stayed right with them, and that's kind of been the way it's been. Those really good teams, Cyclones can play with the second team, just not with the first team.
Not with the first team, and it's just kind of the boat we're in right now, and I've always wondered, when I'm watching the game live, I know we're playing hard. I really believe we're playing hard. Then we watch the film, the kids are playing hard. We're just not right now. We're not able to hold our blocks or not able to defeat a block in certain spots. And that's, the kids play their tails off, but it's just, we're just not able to get it done right now. Yeah. But, I am very excited about the future. I really am with the kids that we're going to have coming back. And we're going to lose some good seniors, but I'm very excited about the future for sure.
Dadrian Aho stepped in at quarterback and had a nice game. Probably didn't throw the ball as well as he would have liked, but got 72 yards on the ground, and that's the best effort, I think, since the opening game, isn't it?
Yep, it is. And he threw the ball better as the game went on, because that's a big thing, stepping in for your first shot at quarterback. But he was, even on those early throws, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He made a decision, he went with it. He threw the ball quick, he never took a sack. And then as the game went on, he had some nice hookups there with Seth and some other kids, and with Jose and running the ball, he was very effective. Which he's such a good football player, and I think we talked about earlier in the year. It made me very, very happy when he told me that he wanted to go on and play college ball, which he's going to be a very capable college football player. So I'm looking forward to watching him the next 4 or 5 years at the next level.
Okay, we'll talk about the Tonganoxie Chieftains, tonight's opponent, after we take this time out. You're listening to the Rob Hedrick Show, part of Cyclone Pregame on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
It's inevitable. When the weather gets cold, bears hibernate, your car battery dies, and construction crews like to work inside. Dials Construction is no exception. Jason and his crew like to work indoors, out of the elements, in the cold winter months that'll be here soon. If you have indoor work you need done, maybe that bathroom addition you've always wanted, a new kitchen, or it's time to renovate that attic into your space. Now's the time to dial Dials, 418-8211. Won't you do your part to help keep a construction crew warm this winter? Dial Dials, 418-8211.
KOFO Radio in Ottawa is looking for just the right person to join our marketing department. The right person might have a background in business-to-business sales, will be outgoing, upbeat, a team player, and eager to learn. We'll give you the time-tested and proven tools and training to help you be successful. You supply the positive attitude, drive, and hard work. Send your resume to KOFO@KOFO.com or drop it by the KOFO studios at 320 East Radio Road, Ottawa, Kansas, during regular business hours. No phone calls, please. KOFO is an equal opportunity employer.
And we're back here with Coach Rob Hedrick before tonight's Cyclone game against the Tonganoxie Chieftains. And Tonganoxie, boy, they're a steamroller right now. They've won 7 in a row, and they're second in the East only to Paola, and really that's only because of that scoring differential.
Yes.
And I can't remember what game that was. Was it the Spring Hill game maybe that they didn't win by 13 or something like that?
It was like mid-season. But it wasn't that close. I mean, when I heard about it and kind of talked to people about it, even that game wasn't that close.
Yeah, they're beating opponents, and they're beating them pretty handily.
I think you nailed it with the steamroller. They are big, physical, and they are so fast. Even on film, it's like, oh my goodness. They throw the ball very, very well. They run the ball extremely well. And every game we've watched, every game we have on film, they're scoring by the, through the air and on the ground, and it's in big plays. They're just a very well-rounded team. They have a very good offensive and defensive line, and speed at all the skill positions. So obviously that's a combo you want, and they have it, and they're a good team. So you can expect to watch. They're going to chunk the ball around in the air, but then they're going to pound it too.
That's a program that's really turned itself around. I think they're looking for their second undefeated regular season out of the last 3 years, and that's the type of thing I know that you want to get to with the Cyclones as well.
It is, and they just have, like I said, they don't have great numbers, but they have some kids that can really play, and we're going to get, like I said, when I mentioned the first segment, I really believe we're headed back that way. I do. I feel really good about our junior Cyclones. Our program is starting to feed into the high school now, and our middle school kids have always done a good job, had good success as far as wins and losses. But talking with our coach Franzetta and his staff and the kids, I really feel that we're going to be able to keep those kids together now as a group as they enter high school and stay through high school, which is a big difference. As your numbers grow, your options as a coach grow and get better as far as where you can play kids. So I'm excited about the future, and tonight will be a big test for us against a, like I said, it's very easy to compare these guys to Paola, except they throw the ball much better. So they're a good team, and
very likely you're going to see them again next week too.
That's the way, unless something crazy happens tonight across the east side of the state. We'll play these. We'll be right back here next week.
So at least one of the things you'll find out, what you need to do.
Yep.
You'll do the things you want to do tonight, and you'll work on the ones that need to be worked on.
And then we've got some things in the playbook. Just kind of we'll run them tonight, and then kind of set some things up off that for next week. So we'll see how effective they are tonight, and if that can set us up for something next week. But like I said, we'll get after them tonight for sure.
What do you think you'll be able to do offensively this evening?
I say we're gonna try to work the edges. Their Cole Sample kid who they have in the middle of their D line. He's gonna be tough to move. And then I really feel one of their defensive ends is a very strong player. So we're gonna run away from him, or else when we come back to him, we're gonna read him. We're not gonna necessarily block him. We're just gonna read him. And I think really the short passing game is gonna have to be effective again tonight to have a chance to move the ball, really. So you're going to see they're going to pooch kick. We set up a little return for that. Hopefully we can pop a return, and just little things like that. It's kind of one of the funnest things about coaching is you just try to take advantage of things you see on film from your opponent and see if you can get it to work. So hopefully some of these little things we put in this week will work and add to some or lead to some success for us tonight.
What about the injury situation? You mentioned that Colin was okay. What about some of the other guys that missed last week's game?
We should be okay. We had some illness this week, a lot of flu going around again. So Seth Covison will be questionable. Trey Bones might be back tonight. We're still, Trey Bones is questionable. I think Nate Livingston should be back. Hunter Swalski's still out. Kessinger's going to be back. So we're in a much better situation than we were last week for sure.
Okay, Coach. Well, good luck tonight. We'll talk with you next week.
All right. Thank you very much.
And that'll do it for the Rob Hedrick Show. Come back with us more here coming up after this timeout. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Advent Health Ottawa invites you to bring your resume to conference rooms A and B and meet with their hiring professionals and recruitment team at the Career Fair, Monday from 10 to 2. A variety of full and part-time positions are available for day, night, and PRN opportunities. Advent Health Ottawa, helping you feel whole.
Save time and hassle later by checking your vehicle now to be sure all of your lights and signals are in working order, adjust mirrors, and check your tire pressure. This reminder from CarStar Ottawa. Call 242-8916. CarStar. Relax. We'll take it from here.
This is Eric Price, Funeral Director at Lamb Roberts Funeral Home in Ottawa, Baldwin City, and Overbrook. We're proud to be involved in the communities we serve and support the youth of today because they're our leaders for tomorrow. Lamb Roberts Funeral Home, providing compassionate care when you need it most.
No matter the brand, Adamson Brothers can prepare your home comfort system for the cold Kansas winter ahead. Call them today, 785-242-9273. Adamson Brothers, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
And welcome back to Beatty Field here in Tonganoxie as we get set for the Cyclones and the Tonganoxie Chieftains. Don't forget, tonight at 10 o'clock, it's the Kansas High School Football Scoreboard Show with Nick Gosnell. He will get you up to date on what's going on around the state in football action. That's tonight and every Friday night, the Kansas High School Football Scoreboard Show on 1220 and 103.7 FM. Tomorrow afternoon, the Ottawa University Braves are back home. They are nursing their wounds after a 1-5 start to the season. They'll look to get back on the winning side of the ledger as they take on the Bethel Threshers. Bethel comes in 4-2 on the year. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. Pregame with Bob Johnson will be at 12 noon tomorrow afternoon from Advent Health Field at Ottawa University. And don't forget, every Tuesday night we have the Ken Kessinger Show for you from Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa on KOFO as well. So we'll take a look at the Bethel game Tuesday night. Bob will, I should say, and he'll preview the upcoming game the week after that. Other area action, big game at Ottawa University tonight as West Franklin and Central Heights will take to the gridiron, and the winner will get a 2A playoff berth. Both teams coming in at 1-6 on the season. The winner of this game will finish 4th in the 2A district and will play in the first round of the playoffs next Friday night. Wellsville is 3-4 on the season, playing for pride tonight as they'll take on the Hayden Wildcats up in Topeka. Hayden comes in at 6-1. The Eagles will play in a cross-bracket game next Friday night to finish out their season. In Class 4A, the Piper Pirates are on the road tonight at Bonner Springs. Piper 3-4 on the year. They are the number 9 seed in Class 4A East, while Bonner Springs has had a nice year at 5-2. They are the 6th seed overall. A big game in Eudora tonight between the number 12 Cardinals and the number 14 Fort Scott Tigers. The winner of that ball game moves up a little bit in the seedings, and it's a good game. We would see it. It would be a good game between the Cardinals and the Tigers, and we'll keep an eye on that one for you. Probably the biggest game in the area tonight, undefeated Paola takes on the 5-2 Lewisburg Wildcats over at Lewisburg in a renewal of their Miami County rivalry. That is for seeding purposes as well. Paola is the number 1 seed right now. Lewisburg has moved all the way up to the number 5 seed in the Class 4A East bracket. Number 16 seed Baldwin 0-7 is at Spring Hill tonight. The Broncos are 3-4 overall and seeded number 11. In Class 3A, Santa Fe Trail is 4-3 overall and maybe looking to improve their seeding if they can get past Jefferson West. The Tigers come in at 6-1 on the season, 3-1 in the district. Girard is at Osawatomie tonight with the Trojans still thinking they can get a playoff berth in the Class 3A district. Osawatomie 1-6 on the season, final home game of the year for the Trojans. Osage City is at McLouth tonight. Osage City has wrapped up a playoff spot looking for the number 2 seed in that 2A district. McLouth is winless at 0-7. Jackson Heights is at Linden. The winner takes the 1A bracket, or district rather. The Cyclones have won the toss, by the way. They will defer to the second half. Tonganoxie will get the football first here this evening, and they will move right to left here in the first quarter of play as we see it. Again, the Tigers 7-0 overall, and Jackson Heights is 5-2. The winner gets to host a playoff game next Friday night. The loser will have to go on the road. And finally, the Marinazine Valley Trojans, who started out the season 0-3, and they've won 3 of their last 4, and they have made the 8-man Division II playoffs, but they have a tough test tonight against Lost Springs, but the game is at Melbourne, and Lost Springs is 5-2 overall, 4-0 in the district, and a Marinazine Valley win kind of throws that district into a state of flux. Waverly also, I think, is 3-1 heading into tonight's play, so the Bulldogs, if they win, and if Marinazine Valley could pull off what would be considered a mild upset against Lost Springs, you could have 3 teams at 3-1 at the top of that district. So we'll keep you posted on what's going on around the state throughout the night. And don't forget, we'll have the high school football scoreboard show for you tonight at 10 o'clock. Again, the Cyclones will kick off to start the ball game, and they will be moving left to right here in the first quarter play. Just almost no wind at all. Temperature's going to be in the low 50s here to start things off, and just about perfect weather for football action. Dropping back deep for the Chieftains will be Sam Clydosty and Elijah Tyner. Reese Fogel will tee it up for Ottawa. This is an artificial surface here at Beatty Field. Tonganoxie 2 years ago undefeated during the regular season. Last year they finished the regular season at 6-2. They beat the Cyclones 31-13. Ottawa was with Tonganoxie into the mid stages of the third quarter, but the Chieftains ran off 18 straight points to take home the victory. So Fogel waiting for the official, and we're ready for football. Here's a little pooch kick that'll be fielded by an upback by Tonganoxie at the 38-yard line, and the Chieftains will start with good field position on their opening drive of the night. Quarterback for Tonganoxie is junior Blake Poggi. Featured running back will be Cooper Cunningham. He has been a workhorse, and he has been outstanding here this season. Tongi likes to throw the football, though, as well. They have trip receivers far side, single man near side on 1st and 10. Poggi will throw. He's throwing the deep ball down the sideline. He's got a man open. The pass is caught by Dallas Bond, and Bond goes down inside the Ottawa 25-yard line. Bond beat Colin Creech on the coverage, and that play goes for 38 yards and a first down for the Chieftains at the Ottawa 24. Pistol formation. Handoff Cunningham, right side, big hole. He's the 20. He's inside the 15 and has a first down to about the 13-yard line. The Tonganoxie line is big, strong, and quick. Chains move. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Chieftains at the Cyclone 13. Poggi will throw. Man open out in the flat. Catch is made. And Creech makes the tackle immediately on Bond. But a gain all the way down to the 5-yard line will bring up a 2nd down and 2. On 2nd down, Poggi will keep. He'll throw into the end zone off the hands of his intended receiver. That was Bond. The pass a little bit too high. He was open in the back of the end zone. It'll be a 3rd down and short. Third and 1 at the 5. Cunningham gets the handoff. He'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Tonganoxie. In to try the extra point will be Javier Trujillo, left-footed kicker. And the kick is going to be wide to the right. No good. There's timeout on the field with 10:44 to play in the first quarter. The score, Tonganoxie 6 and Ottawa nothing. We'll have the kickoff for you in 30 seconds. and you're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
What it means to be an OU Brave is to be yourself. What I've learned here is I've created memories with friends, and I was actually really comfortable being in my own skin here. Everybody has their own personality, and we're all unique here, just trying to live significant lives. And I think I'm going to leave here with an imprint that will last forever and that I can hold on to and look back at and laugh at and see that I not only learned something, but I created friendships and memories that will always stick with me. That's what it means to be brave, to be yourself.
Be a brave. Visit ottawa.edu.
Tonganoxie with a 5-play, 62-yard drive. Cooper Cunningham scoring from 5 yards out to make it 6-0 after the extra point attempt was no good. Deep for the Cyclones is Jose Richards. It'll be a short kick, far side, and getting it is Adrian Aho, and he's down the sidelines, and he is going to be right at the 50-yard line, it appears, on the kickoff return. Let's make sure that it was indeed Aho. Yeah, they brought Aho up this time. That was something that Rob Hedrick said that they might try because they knew that Tonganoxie liked to pooch kick. So 1st and 10 for Ottawa at the Tonganoxie 49. Caleb Kessinger sends Colin Creech in motion. Handoff goes to Aaron Clevenger. Clevenger gets a yard to the 48, and that's about it. Pickup of 1, 2nd down and 9. Kessinger missed last week's ball game with a concussion. Good to see him back in the lineup tonight. Adrian Aho did a nice job filling in for him. Pass across the middle, caught by Aho, and close to first down yardage at the 39-yard line. Quick look-in route that time, and they'll spot it at the 40, just shy of the first down. 3rd down and 1 upcoming. Kessinger will be under center. He'll try the quarterback sneak. Appears to have the first down. We'll see where they spot it. It is enough for a first down, a 1-yard pickup. Also try to keep you up to date on Game 3 of the World Series. The Nationals leading the Astros 2-0 as the scene shifts to Washington for the next couple ball games. 1st and 10 Ottawa at the Tonganoxie 39, and early movement penalty flag is down. Wide receiver this time, side rather, started out a little bit too quickly. So 1st and 15. 6-0 Tonganoxie. We have 8:54 to play in the first quarter. Fort Scott's taking the lead on Eudora, 6-0 score in that one. Empty backfield. Kessinger on the quarterback draw. Now rolls to the left. He has no place to go, and he's going to be run out of bounds and losing yardage all the way back near midfield. So that's a loss of 6. It'll be 2nd down and 21. Burlington leads Anderson County 8-0, that game early. Across the middle, pass is incomplete. He had a man open, but threw it behind him, and it'll be 3rd down. Jefferson West leads Santa Fe Trail 7-0. That game midway through the first period. Third and long for the Cyclones. Kessinger out of the shotgun. Looking to throw. Now rolling left, now rolling back the other way. He'll try to throw it out in the flat. Nobody was there. There was a receiver out in the general area. Clevenger and Creech were kind of in that vicinity, so no grounding. And it'll be fourth down. Reese Fogel in the punt. He did a fine job last week against Lewisburg in his first action doing the punting. Oh, they're going to call intentional grounding. That's a horrible call. That is I'm sorry, that's a ridiculous call. There were 2 Ottawa players out in that general vicinity. Instead, Ottawa gets hit with a 10-yard penalty and loss of down. Was Kessinger trying to get rid of the ball? Absolutely he was. But the fact of the matter is there were receivers in that area. Fogel gets an end-over-end kick away. He'll take an Ottawa roll inside the 30 and will roll dead at the 25-yard line. 35-yard kick, no return. Tonganoxie will start at their own 25 on their second possession with 8:18 to play in the first. They lead it 6-0. Osawatomie takes an early lead in their game against Girard, 6-0. First and 10, Chieftains. Man comes in motion left. That's Tyner. Rolling is Poggi, looking to throw. Now will decide to run it down the sidelines, and he is hit and driven out of bounds after a gain of about 6 yards to the 31. Second down, long 5. Cunningham with the carry. Nobody there. He stiff arms a man. He's across the 45 out to midfield before Adrian Aho brings him down with assistance from Seth Covison. Boy, that was a devastating stiff arm that Cooper Cunningham gave to a Cyclone defender right there. First and 10, just inside Ottawa territory. Poggi drops straight back, looks to throw deep down the field. He's got a man wide open. Catch is made by Tyner and then dropped. Oh, my goodness. He was so wide open, and that ball just went right through his hands. He will have a nightmare about that tonight. That was 6 points easily. The pass was thrown to where all he had to do was wait for it, and that may have been what kind of tripped him up. Second down 10. Pass out the flat to Tyner. He dropped that one too, but that one was not an easy catch. It was thrown down around below the knees on the little bubble screen. It'll be third down. Stops the clock with 7:35 to play in the first quarter. Tonganoxie leads 6-0. Poggi, straight drop, steps up, throws deep down the field. He's got Bond, but the pass is overthrown. Cyclones just not covering the deep ball well at all, but that time the pass was overthrown. It'll bring up fourth down and you would expect a punting situation for the Chieftains. Pale has jumped out to a 7-0 lead on Lewisburg. Poggi will punt it. Takes a Tonganoxie roll inside the 10. And it's going to roll all the way down to about the 4-yard line and be downed right there. So they didn't drop back in regular punt formation. Poggi only about 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but took the snap, got the kick away, and got a good roll. Cyclones will start from its own 5-yard line. Cyclones with their backs against their own end zone. Handoff goes to Clevenger, and Clevenger, did he get out of the end zone? Well, he did. He got out to about the 2. Loss on the play of 3 yards. Play call comes in from the bench. Kessinger looks to throw, throws out the flat. He's got Creech, and Creech dropped the ball. Creech was open, but couldn't hang on. And it'll be 3rd down 13. High school football scoreboard show tonight, 10 o'clock on KOFO. Ottawa taking a lot of time in the huddle. Play clock down to 8. They're going to have to hurry. Kessinger throws out in the flat, has a man, and only a short gain out across the 5 goes Aho. And it'll be a 4th down situation, and the punting unit will come on. Fogel's going to have to stand right at the end line. Deep man for Tonganoxie standing at the Ottawa 35. Good snap, not much of a rush, and a nice kick, high kick by Fogel. It's going to take a Cyclone roll, and it will roll out of bounds at the 38. So that's a 33-yard kick. But Tonganoxie has great field position to start this drive with 5:56 to play in the first quarter, leading it by the score of 6-0. Poggi will work from the pistol here. Cunningham behind him. Cunningham off the left side, finds a hole, cuts it against the grain inside the 30, and has a first down to the 26.5-yard line. Girard has taken the lead on Osawatomie. Trojans score, get the extra point at 7-6. Cunningham again off the left side, and he gets it this time down to around the 16. That's close to first down yardage. Boy, there's just nobody out there for the Cyclones on the right side of the defensive line. Cunningham has 5 or 6 yards before he meets anybody. 1st and 10. Again, Cunningham off the left side to the 10. He's down inside the 8 to around the 7. Maybe the 6. Adrian Aho made the stop. The 1st and goal for the Chieftains. And the ball will be at the 5. Well, wait a minute. They're going to have to measure, it looks like. They're going to bring the chains across to make sure it's a first down. Chains on the other side of the field, so start the Jeopardy music. Tomorrow afternoon, it's Ottawa University Braves football. Braves need a win. They play the Bethel Threshers, who've had a fine start to their season. It's a 1 o'clock kick from Advent Health Field at Ottawa University. Bob Johnson and Casey Weeder will be there to bring you the play-by-play and color commentary. Pregame begins at 12 o'clock noon, 1 o'clock kickoff here on KOFO. It is a first down for Tonganoxie, first and goal at the 5. Bonner Springs has jumped out on top of Piper, 7-0, midway through the first period. Prairie View leads Iola 7-0 as they try to keep their undefeated season going. First down goal. See nothing but Cunningham in this series. And he'll get it once again off the left guard, fighting his way forward, stops short of the end zone at around the 1 yard line. Peyton Lee made the tackle for Ottawa. Second and goal at the 1. Cunningham hitting the backfield, but still gets away and scores. Touchdown, Tonganoxie. Aaron Quillen had him for a moment, but Cunningham just too strong. Cheetahs will go for 2 here. Clydowski comes in motion right. Poggi's going to throw for it, and the pass is caught in the back of the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And let's see who made that catch. That looks Connor Searcy. And there's timeout on the field with the score, Tonganoxie 14, Ottawa nothing. We'll have the kickoff for you in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Hi, this is Laura Hibberts, pharmacist at Kramer Pharmacy in downtown Ottawa. Legacy Square is complete, and now you have even more convenient access to all of your prescription needs at Kramer Pharmacy, your local Ottawa pharmacy at 134 South Main. Call 242-2055 or visit KramerRx.com.
Quality Structures Incorporated in Richmond is proud to sponsor this KOFO sports broadcast. They know that experience matters on the field and when it comes to your building needs. Visit QualityStructures.com and put their years of experience in constructing post-frame buildings to work for you.
Napa Auto Parts is building the largest selection of parts and accessories in the area at 104 South Cedar in Ottawa.
1 yard run by Cooper Cunningham. He did all the work on that drive, his second touchdown of the night, and then the 2-point conversion pass from Blake Poggi to Connor Searcy. Javier Trujillo will kick it off. Ottawa this time will send 2 players back deep. And there's another high pooch kick. Fair catch is called for and taken by the Cyclones' Eric Dunaway. That avoided a potential catastrophe right there. He did a good job of making the fair catch signal, which means that nobody else can touch the ball. That's a pretty effective little weapon. That ball was really high in the air. And if you don't call for the fair catch, you very likely don't get that football in that situation. So Ottawa has it at the 39, first and 10. They'll send 3 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Looks like Morris is in the backfield. Kessinger to throw, throws a sideline route, and that pass will be incomplete. Kind of a wounded duck out there. It was intended for Richards, or was it Aho? Looks like it was Aho. Second down and 10. This time the trips are to the near side. Kessinger on the delay hands it off to Morris, and Morris gets smothered behind the line of scrimmage. Check that, it was Clevenger. Clevenger ends up losing 4 yards. There was just nobody there to block the interior of the Chieftain line. Third down and 14. Kessinger throws, and the pass incomplete. He was looking for Creech on a slant route, but the pass thrown too high and a bit behind him, so a fourth down situation. Fogel will punt it again. Anderson County has scored, but they missed the two-point conversion. Burlington leads the Bulldogs 8-6. Fogel, nice high kick. He'll bounce, roll inside the 30, and roll all the way to the 25. And that's a 40-yard punt with no return. .344 to play in the first quarter. Tonganoxie leads at 14-0. First and 10 for the Chieftains. They'll send Bond, Clydosty, and Searcy this direction as receiver. Single man to the far side. Blitz coming. Rolling away from it is Poggi, looking to throw. Now decides to run it. He's got some room up the sidelines, but stepped out of bounds. Trying to tiptoe the sidelines, and he actually ran out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. So second down and 11. Handoff goes to Cunningham. Got a block. Got to the outside. 30, 35, 40. Still on his feet to the 45. Check that. It's not Cunningham. That is Andrew Colbert, a sophomore. And Colbert takes it all the way into Cyclone territory at the 46. That's a 29-yard pickup. At the end of one quarter, Linden and Jackson Heights, 0-0. That game being played at Linden tonight. Cyclones showing blitz. It comes from the blind side. Poggi will throw a deep ball for Bond. He'll make the catch. He's inside the 5 and down to the 2. Creech on the tackle, but not before a gain on the play of 44 yards. First and goal for Tonganoxie. Cunningham into the end zone once again, his third touchdown of the night. Trujillo will try the extra point. Clydosty will hold. And the kick is up. This one is good. Timeout on the field with 3:04 to play in the first period. Tonganoxie 21, Ottawa 0. We'll have the kickoff in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Cyclone fans, stand up and cheer. Ottawa debit cards are here. Show your Cyclone school spirit with an exclusive Ottawa High School debit card, available only at Arvest Bank. Get yours today by opening a new checking account or upgrading your existing Arvest debit card. Even better, each card supports the Booster Club. Arvest encourages you to support local students and their after-school activities. Stop by their location on 3rd Street in Ottawa to get your Cyclones debit card today. Arvest Bank, member FDIC. Fees may apply.
4 plays, 75 yards for the Chieftains. Cunningham with his 3rd touchdown run of the night. It's now 21-0 as Trujillo will kick it off. Pops this one up. Fair catch called, and once again, it'll be Dunaway making that catch at the 45. So the Cyclones, through the course of the year, have learned about that pooch kick and know what they need to do now. Good field position for the Cyclones, but Ottawa has just one first down here so far in the game. Aho and Richards far side. Cubison and Creech come near side. Clevenger behind Kessinger in the backfield. Throw out the flat. Pass is overthrown. It was intended for Creech. And it'll be 2nd and 10. .3:02 to play here in the first period. It's been all Tonganoxie. Kessinger hands it off to Clevenger, hit in the backfield, dropped for about a 5-yard loss. Dallas Bond made the tackle from behind. 3rd down and 14 once again for Ottawa. Paola and Lewisburg at the end of 1. Panthers lead 7-0. If Lewisburg plays Paola close and Tonganoxie wins by more than 13, the Chieftains could move up to that number 1 seed on the east side of the 4A bracket. Kessinger to throw deep down the field. He's got a man. Catch is made and then dropped. Aho had it for a moment but couldn't hang on. And it will be 4th down. Vogel to punt for the 4th time tonight. Rush is on. Kick is away. And it'll bounce. Roll inside the 30 and down to the 26. .29-yard kick. Tonganoxie will start from their own 26, leading it 21-0. Right now, the Panthers lead, Paola's lead, as far as point differential on Tonganoxie, is just 4. Hand off to the running back. That again is Colbert, and Colbert across the 30 out to the 34. There was a fumble on the play, and the Cyclones got it. So the first turnover of the night goes Ottawa's way, and they have the ball in Chieftain territory at the 38. Once again, looking at that point differential, if Tonganoxie would beat Ottawa by 13 or more tonight, of course, they get plus 13 points. That would put them at 100. So that would mean that Paola would need to win by 10 or more in order to be considered the number 1 seed. Kessinger on first down. Looks to throw. Throws. Pass is going to be intercepted. And a lot of green in front of the pass interceptor, and he is going to take it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Tonganoxie. Cooper Cunningham goes 72 yards for the score. He stepped in front of that Caleb Kessinger pass. Trujillo will try the extra point. High snap. The kick is up and good. Timeout on the field. 1:38 to play in the first quarter. Tonganoxie leads Ottawa 28-0. We'll have the kickoff in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Need a recap of the ball game? Subscribe to the Ottawa Herald for their sports page or visit online at ottawaherald.com. A 3-month subscription is only $31.13 plus tax, including internet access. Or get online for only $9.22 a month plus tax. Call 242-4700 or visit ottawaherald.com. Smart Ottawa shoppers know Cosentino's Price Chopper has the best rewards program in town. Only Price Chopper lets you earn points on all your purchases. Visit mypricechopper.com and start saving on food or fuel today. Shop Cosentino's, your local family-owned grocer since 1948.
Working on a car? Need a customized brake hose? Napa Auto Parts can help at 104 South Cedar in Ottawa.
28-0 Tonganoxie after the, what we're going to call a 72-yard interception return by Cooper Cunningham. Trujillo once again to kick it off. Left-footed booter approaches the ball, kicks this one deep. And that one goes off the hands of Talon Morris. He'll pick it up and be snowed under immediately back at around the 11-yard line. So this time Ottawa has poor field position. Ball at the 10.5. Clevenger, the running back, behind Kessinger, the quarterback. Kessinger throw. On the look-in pass, gets complete. And then a fumble late. And Tonganoxie has it. Wow, when it rains, it pours. Cyclones had about 9 yards on that catch and then coughed up the football. And the Chieftains will have it at around the 15 of Ottawa, 1st and 10. Last year, Ottawa turned it over 6 times against the Chieftains. This is their first turnover tonight. Bonner Springs has scored again. They lead Piper now 13-0. Poggi, the throw, throws a fade route into the end zone, and nobody there. Bond had taken his route inside. The ball thrown to the corner, and incomplete pass stops the clock with 1:19 to play in the first period. On 2nd and 10, handoff goes to the running back. That's Cunningham cutting it against the grain, and he'll get it yardage down to around the 6 and a penalty flag thrown into the pile at the end. Could be a face mask against Ottawa. Might be a hold. We'll check it and see. Inadvertent face mask. It'll be a 5-yard mark off, or half the distance, actually. From the end of the run, it'll push it down to about the 4. Let's call it actually the 3, first and goal. Hayden leads Wellsville tonight 23-0 at the end of one period. First down goal. Rolling out is Poggi, finds a man in the end zone, touchdown. Elijah Tyner with the reception. That makes the score 34-0 with the extra point attempt coming up. And Trujillo will boot it through. 58 seconds to play in the first period. Tonganoxie 35, Ottawa nothing. We'll have the kickoff for you in 30 seconds. This is Cyclone Football on KOFO.
It's inevitable. When the weather gets cold, bears hibernate, your car battery dies, and construction crews like to work inside. Dials Construction is no exception. Jason and his crew like to work indoors, out of the elements, in the cold winter months that'll be here soon. If you have indoor work you need done, maybe that bathroom addition you've always wanted, a new kitchen, or it's time to renovate that attic into your space. Now's the time to dial Dials. 418-8211. Won't you do your part to help keep a construction crew warm this winter? Dial Dials. 418-8211.
Tonganoxie scores after the fumble recovery, going 15 yards on the drive. Blake Poggi finding Elijah Tyner for the touchdown from 3 yards away. Girard and Osawatomie are tied up 14-14 late in the first period. Trujillo kicks this one deep. Pushes Aho back to around the 12. And Aho out to around the 24. Cyclones struggling big time here. I said that was the Ottawa's first turnover on that fumble. Of course, it's the second. The interception return for the touchdown. Cyclones come up on first down. Kessinger pitches it back, or no, check it. It's a flea flicker. Aho got the ball on the, was that Aho or was that, yeah, it was Aho. He threw it out in the flat to Kessinger, and Kessinger got smothered almost immediately, no gain. So something a little bit different right there, but it didn't work. And Ottawa's just going to let the clock run out. That is the end of the first quarter of play with the score Tonganoxie 35, Ottawa nothing. We'll be back after this 1 minute break. You're listening to Ottawa Cyclone Football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 6644 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 6644. Enjoy.
Big first quarter for Tonganoxie. Here's a pass caught. Start the second period. Aho on the reception out to the 29 for a gain of 5. And it'll be a third down situation for Ottawa, 3rd and 5. Jefferson West leads Santa Fe Trail 13-0 at the end of one quarter. Kessinger again to throw. Again has a man open. It's Aho. He's brought down almost immediately, but he has the first down out to the 39. Dale has scored again. They lead Lewisburg 13-0 now at Lewisburg. First and 10, Ottawa. Kessinger out of the pistol. And he's going to get snowed under. Nobody blocked. Now a fumble. And picking it up is Dallas Bond. But was the man down? Apparently not. And Dallas Bond returns the fumble. 32 yards for the score. Wow, this is a bad dream here. Trujillo will try the extra point. And the extra point attempt is good. Timeout on the field with 10:42 to play in the first half. It's now Tonganoxie 42 and Ottawa nothing. And we'll have the kickoff for you in 30 seconds. You're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Hi, this is Laura Hibberts, pharmacist at Kramer Pharmacy in downtown Ottawa. Legacy Square is complete, and now you have even more convenient access to all of your prescription needs at Kramer Pharmacy, your local Ottawa pharmacy at 134 South Main. Call 242-2055 or visit kramerrx.com.
This is Craig Dingle of Dingle & Son Mortuary. Pre-arrangements make the difference of a family that is stressed and a family that is free to grieve, to celebrate a life. Consider making your pre-arrangements to lift the burden.
Dingle & Son Mortuary, 785-242-2323.
42-0 already here, and Cyclones will get the football back once again as Trujillo will tee it up. Morris and Aho back deep. This kick sails over the head of Morris and goes into the end zone for a touchback. Jackson Heights is leading Linden 13-0 in that big 1A district matchup at Linden. The winner wins the district, gets the home first-round playoff game next Friday night. The loser has to go on the road. Bonner Springs now leads Piper 19-0. Kessinger on the sweep to Creech. Penalty flag is down. Creech gets yardage out to about the 23, but penalty in the area where you're going to see a hold most likely. There's also a flag in the backfield as well. So 2 flags on that play. Holding against Ottawa. tried the jet sweep that time, and Cyclones get flagged for the hold. Penalty spot was the 16. Takes it back to the 10. First and 20, Cyclones. Kessinger looks to throw. Now the flat pass off the hands of a defender, nearly intercepted, but falls incomplete. It was intended for Richards, it appeared. Second down and 20. Stops the clock with 10:22 to play before half. If you're just joining us, Tonganoxie in front, 42-0. Blitz being shown. Again, the jet sweep to Creech, spins, hit at the 13-yard line, picks up about 3. Let's call it a gain of 4, 3rd and 16. Another touchdown for Jefferson West. They lead Santa Fe Trail, according to the tweet I'm seeing here, 20-9. I'm not sure that's correct. I think it's probably 20-0, but we'll check it and see. Aho on the handoff gets it out to the original line of scrimmage, the 20, and it'll be a 4th and 10. Vogel on once again to punt. It is 20-0. Vogel standing inside his own 10. Oh, high snap, but he gets it. There was no rush. Line drive kick. Clydosty lost the football, but falls on it at the 41-yard line of Ottawa. Dunaway almost got there in time to get it, but ball did not roll that far away. So excellent field position for the Chieftains at the Cyclone 41. Burlington now leads Anderson County 16-6. That game late in the second period. Bulldogs need a win tonight to ensure a home game next week in the playoffs. Bubble screen thrown, I believe, to Bond. Bond missed the catch, and it looks like he's got a first down to about the 30. And now a little extracurricular activity and a flag thrown. This is the type of game when frustrations can get the best of you. I did not see what was done out there and by whom, but the officials conferring at the spot of the football, which was the 31-yard line. So offsetting penalties, a personal foul on Tonganoxie, and unsportsmanlike conduct against Ottawa. They're going to measure to see if it's a first down. If those penalties were both dead ball, then what they're doing is correct. If not, if the personal foul occurred during the play, they would need to mark it off both directions. It is enough for a first down for Tonganoxie. Fort Scott leading Eudora 12-7. .42 seconds to play before halftime in that one. First and 10, Tonganoxie. Cunningham is the running back behind Poggi. In motion, Clydosty left. Handoff goes to Cunningham, finding running room. Breaks a tackle, down the sidelines, heading for the pylon. He is in. Touchdown, Tonganoxie. Trujillo will try to add on the extra point. High snap. Trujillo gets the kick away. It's good. So the Chieftains nearly half a century here with still 8:20 to play in the first half. It's 49-0 and the kickoff in 30 seconds. This is Ottawa High football on KOFO.
It's inevitable. When the weather gets cold, bears hibernate, your car battery dies, and construction crews like to work inside. Dials Construction is no exception. Jason and his crew like to work indoors, out of the elements, in the cold winter months that'll be here soon. If you have indoor work you need done, maybe that bathroom addition you've always wanted, a new kitchen, or it's time to renovate that attic into your space. Now's the time to dial Dials. 418-8211. Won't you do your part to help keep a construction crew warm this winter? Dial Dials. 418-8211.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
31-yard touchdown run by Cooper Cunningham. That is his 5th touchdown on the night. West Franklin leading Central Heights 6-0. Again, the winner of that ball game advances to the 2A playoffs. Kickoff fielded at the 8-yard line. And now trying to get to the outside and slipping and falling was, who was that back there? Was it Creech? I believe it was Colin Creech. Yeah, Colin Creech on the return. We're glad that Colin's okay. A scary moment last week when he got a stinger, but it looked for a second like it was going to be a serious injury, and we're glad he's back out there this week. First and 10, Ottawa. Prairie View leads Iola 35-0 at the half. On first and 10. Handoff goes to Clevenger, and Clevenger can't get back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, that interior line of Tonganoxie has just been dynamite tonight. We lost on the play of 1. Another score for Jefferson West. They're shutting out Santa Fe Trail 26-0 in the second period. Play clock at 8. Now at 5. Kessinger looks to throw, now steps up in the pocket, throws, and overthrows Talon Morris, who was open out in the right flat. And it'll be third down and 11 for Ottawa. 7:26 to play here in the first half. 49-0 Tonganoxie. Three-man front. Kessinger throws a slant pattern. Pass is caught, but not enough for the first down. Covison with the catch. Brought down at the 23, so fourth down and a couple. Bonner Springs 19, Piper nothing at the half. Braves continue to play good football. Empty backfield as Ottawa will go for it, and now with 5 seconds on the play clock, they'll have to call it. Actually, Tonganoxie will call timeout. Their first of the half. 6:45 to play here in the first half. It's Tonganoxie 49, Ottawa nothing. We'll be back in 30 seconds, and you're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Where do you go for fun and entertainment? Here's an idea. Go bowling at the new Fusion Alley in South Ottawa. Fusion Alley is equipped with cutting-edge technology in a bright and exciting atmosphere that the whole family will love. Join a league, host a birthday party, enjoy a night out with friends. And don't forget about Cosmic Bowling every Friday and Saturday night at 9:30. For more information about your new location for fun and entertainment, just visit online at FusionAlleyOttawa.com. Fusion Alley, good, clean fun at 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive in South Ottawa. Evercraft Floor Jacks available at Napa Auto Parts in Ottawa, Baldwin City, Osage City, and Gardner.
Ottawa lined up in an offensive formation on 4th down and 2. Tonganoxie had to use a timeout. Top of the third at Washington. Houston leads the Nationals 2-0 in Game 3 of the World Series. Again, the Cyclones will go empty backfield, and they got him to jump offside. That is something that Caleb Kessinger has been quite successful at doing, and that will give Ottawa a new set of downs. Line of scrimmage is the 27-yard line. Ottawa's been in Tonganoxie territory a couple times tonight, but boy, they've really struggled to move the football, haven't done anything at all on the ground. Handoff goes to Morris, who's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. And again, it was big Dallas Bond from his, no, check that, I'm sorry, that's not Bond, that is big Cole Sample. 6'2", 271 pounds of him, that got through and drops Morris for a loss back to the 24. Kessinger to throw across the middle, has his man. Appears to be Covison again for a gain out to around the 32. There's a holding call, though, against Ottawa. I thought I saw a flag go down, but couldn't see where it was at. Officials are using red flags here tonight. Ten-yard mark-off pushes it all the way back to the 14. It'll be second down and long now, second down and 24. Empty backfield. Kessinger throws a fade pattern down the sidelines, overthrows Covison. The intended receiver, check that, Richards, near the Tonganoxie sideline. Third down long. Play clock at 12. Ottawa not out of the huddle yet. Now they get up to the line of scrimmage. Still got to hurry it a bit. 5 seconds to go before the play clock runs out. They just got it off. Kessinger drops, now rolls, looking for somebody, anybody, and will just finally throw it out of bounds as he's outside the tackles. And it'll be a fourth down situation. Punt unit comes on. Hayden leads Wellsville at halftime, 44-0. Vogel will get the kickoff, wobbly spiral. It'll hit and roll dead at the 41 of Ottawa, so not much on that kick that time. And good field position for the Chieftains with 5:35 to play before half. I have a report from the KOFO newsroom at halftime for you. Also get you up to date on all the scores around the area. At the 40-yard line, 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Cunningham off that left side once again. Breaks it into the open, following a blocker. He'll take it in. Touchdown, Tonganoxie. Six TDs on the night for Cooper Cunningham. Extra point attempt by Trujillo. It's up, and it's good. 5:26 to play before the half. Tonganoxie 56, Ottawa nothing. Kickoff in 30 seconds. This is Cyclone football on KOFO.
The Ottawa Recreation Commission is your place for activities and other programs designed to keep the members of our community active and healthy. Visit us at the GOT building or online at orcottawaks.org to see recreation options for all ages. Ottawa Recreation Commission, bring recreation to life.
This is Eric Price, Funeral Director at Lamb Roberts Funeral Home in Ottawa, Baldwin City, and Overbrook. Our staff knows the importance of working as a team to take care of you in your time of need. We want to show the youth in our communities that we support their teamwork as well by sponsoring this broadcast. I invite you to visit lamb-roberts.com.
Evercraft Trolley Jacks, available at Napa Auto Parts in Ottawa, Baldwin City, Osage City, and Gardner.
One play, 40 yards. Cooper Cunningham, touchdown number 6 on the night. Trujillo will kick it away. Boots it deep, puts it over Creech's head, and it will roll just into the end zone for a touchback. Cyclones do not have an answer for this Chieftain football team, neither offensively nor defensively tonight. Halftime, Burlington 16, Anderson County 6. Bulldogs need to mount a comeback to get a home playoff game next Friday night. First and 10. Wing T formation. And a jet sweep to Creech. Finds an opening. 30, 35, and all the way out to the 39-yard line. Colin Creech got an opening and turned on the burners. And he gets 20 yards and a first down for the Cyclones. Covison, the lone wide receiver, he's split to the far side of the field. In motion, Aho. They'll try that same play opposite side, and Aho maybe gets a yard to the 41. Second down, and let's call it 8. They gave him a couple yards on the carry. Kessinger will keep it himself, but he's hit at the line of scrimmage and gets nothing, as this time it was Peyton Parker, 6 foot, 316 pounds senior, that wrapped him up. It'll be 3rd and 8. Third down 8, play clock at 8. Kessinger drops to throw, throws out in the flat. He's got a man, but the pass is dropped. Clevenger was the intended receiver, but Aaron, I think, was hearing some footsteps over there and might have actually been trying to run before he got the football. Pass falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down. Ottawa at this point not making a move like they're going to punt. Keep in mind that Kessinger did the punting for the bigger part of the season. He's in empty backfield here, but he's going to throw. Now steps up, looks, tries to run it, and it'll be dragged down from behind at the 44. That's short of the first down, and Cyclones turn it over on downs with 3:41 to play in the half. Now let's see if we see the first team offense out here still. It does not appear that we will. Looks like Jesse Young, maybe a quarterback. We'll have to take a look here and double check the number. Handoff goes to Colbert. Colbert trying to get around the corner, and does, down the sidelines, still on his feet. He is going to go inside the 10 and be dragged down at the 3. There's a flag down on the play, though, back at around the 25-yard line. So this one may come back. We'll check the penalty call. Chanute and Lebec County, 0-0 at the end of one quarter. Chanute currently the number 3 seed on the eastern side of the 4A bracket. Holding call against Tonganoxie. The spot of the foul was the 26, so it'll be first down now and 3 for the Chieftains. Right up the middle this time goes Colbert. He's close to first down yardage. Does not appear he got it, but we'll check it and see. Well, actually, based where the sticks are, I think he did get it. He got to the 33, and that is enough for the first down. Actually, that halftime score, Burlington leading Anderson County, it's 22-6. Wildcats with the lead. Colbert off the right side this time. He gets it down inside the 30 and then is pushed back. That's not Colbert, though. Another flag down. Ball carrier was Splikel. Dylan Splikel. Another hold against Tonganoxie. That pushes it back to the 43, where it will be first down and 20. And off the left side, and this time Ottawa does a pretty good job with it. Quillen made the tackle. Ball carrier was Jackson Stevens, a junior. Gain on the play of 3, where it'll be second and 17 as the clock hits the 2-minute mark here of the first half. Tonganoxie is running all over the Cyclones here this evening, 56-0. This game's still in the second quarter. Handoff Stevens once again, and hit as he crosses the line of scrimmage, gets a yard, maybe a couple. Peyton Lee down at the bottom of the pile for Ottawa, also in on the play. I believe that was Nate Livingston. Oh, wait a minute, I'm going to check that. I think that's Nicholas Reimer. Third down long. Up the middle, and a nice hole, but not enough yardage that time for Splikel. He gets it to the 31, and it will be fourth down at about 7. Adrian Aho made the tackle. Tonganoxie will go for it. Hand off again to Splikel, and he's going to be wrapped up for only a couple-yard gain, and the Cyclones will get the ball back with just 29 seconds to play in the first half. Gerard leads Osawatomie at the half, 21-14. Empty backfield for the Cyclones. 3 receivers right, 2 left. Kessinger throws deep downfield, the pass incomplete. Creech was the intended receiver, second and 10. Richards and Aho, the receivers this side. Twins on the far side as well. Handoff goes, keeping it is Kessinger. Kessinger gets good yardage out across the 33, but there's a flag down on the play, and it'll be a hold against Ottawa. Ten-yard mark off from the spot of the foul, pushes it back to the 23, and it will be second down and 15. and the clock will move. Ottawa will get one more playoff here, barring a penalty. It's Clevenger on the carry off the left side, and Clevenger for about 4, maybe 5 as time runs out here in the first half. At the end of the first half of play, the score is Tonganoxie 56 and Ottawa nothing. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to Ottawa Cyclone football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 6644 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 6644. Enjoy.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-636-9292. That's 1-800-636-9292. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-636-9292.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Evercraft engine stands available at Napa Auto Parts in Ottawa, Baldwin City, Osage City, and Gardner.
Domination by Tonganoxie here in the first half. Chieftains lead Ottawa 56-0. Started out on the first possession. They went 62 yards in 5 plays. Cooper Cunningham with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kick was no good, and it was 6-0. Then, after a punt by the Cyclones, 38-yard drive for the Chieftains, and again, Cunningham, this time from 1 yard out. Tonganoxie converted the 2-point conversion on a pass from Blake Poggi to Connor Searcy, 14-0. And then the floodgates really opened, as in the next 4 minutes, Chieftains scored 3 more times. One on a 4-play, 75-yard drive, Cunningham scoring from the 2. Then Cunningham intercepting a Caleb Kessinger pass and returning at 72 yards for a score. And then finally, late in the first quarter, it was Poggi finding Elijah Tyner from 3 yards out for the touchdown. It was 35-0 at the end of the first quarter. And then Tonganoxie 3 more scores in the second period. 32-yard fumble recovery by Dallas Bond for a touchdown, and 2 more runs by Cunningham of 31 and 40 yards. The senior has been unstoppable here this evening, and he did not play the last 5 minutes of the first half. Tonganoxie leads here by the score of 56-0. We'll take a 2-minute break, come back, and have a report from the KOFO newsroom. 56-0 Tonganoxie at the half. This is Cyclone football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Let's face it, auto insurance can be confusing. Do you know your comprehensive from your collision, your no-fault from liability, your premium from your deductible? After an accident is no time to find out that your definition of full coverage is actually different from what your policy says. Let local State Farm Insurance agent Keith King explain auto insurance in terms you can understand.
I'm State Farm Insurance agent Keith King. Let's work together to be sure your vehicle has the coverage you need. Call and schedule an appointment today at 242-9435. Stop by my office at 111 South Main in Ottawa or visit online at keithking.net.
The City of Ottawa is soliciting requests for proposal for downtown economic development services for the calendar year of 2020. The city will entertain applications electronically until November 1st at noon. For the RFP details, visit ottawaks.gov/city-news-1. Need a recap of the ball game? Subscribe to the Ottawa Herald for their sports page or visit online at ottawaherald.com. A 3-month subscription is only $31.13 plus tax, including internet access. Or get online for only $9.22 a month plus tax. Call 242-4700 or visit ottawaherald.com.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 6644 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 6644. Enjoy.
Pizza time is halftime. I'm Bob Johnson in the KOFO newsroom with this hour's top stories. The big rains that hit on August 1st, up to 12 inches of rain in just a few hours, overwhelmed the pumping system around the levee. The area around the intersection of Keokuk and Main quickly began filling with water, and the resulting flooding caused damage to many businesses in the area. The capabilities of the pumps on the levee became a concern. Public Works Director Michael Havely told city commissioners he's applying for a grant to have the pumps looked at.
There was some concern by some citizens that the pumps weren't working, which we all know that to be false, but we want to do what we can to make sure that the pumps are operating to design capacity. The only way to know that there's no wear, there's no degradation or anything like that is to have somebody come in and do a study and an evaluation on those. So hopefully through this grant we can get some help to do that, and then if there's any fixes also through the grant we can get those repairs made.
He says he's applied for a hazard mitigation grant through the state to help evaluate the pumps. The condition of Franklin County roads once again took center stage at the most recent County Commission meeting. Commission Chair Rick Howard had a question for Public Works Director David Lee.
I drove a road here a while back, and the ditches weren't that bad, and they windrowed them down both sides of the road. I think some of our blade operators are blading that way, even when they have a ditch there.
Well, some of those areas where they have the double windrows, those areas have been real soft on the edges, and so they are trying to dig down a little bit to get to drier land, drier ground, and stockpiling that material in windrows so that it will dry out so that they can reuse it.
Lee says there are other factors that go into how a road is graded. Lee and other officials discussed the need for training on a single method of grading roads. This would ensure all roads are graded in the same manner, no matter where they're located in the county. Your exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast: mostly clear tonight, a low of 36. Tomorrow, a 20% chance of rain. Otherwise, mostly sunny, a high of 56. Tomorrow night, mostly clear, a low of 37. And on Sunday, mostly sunny, a high of 57. I'm Bob Johnson, KOFO News.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-636-9292. That's 1-800-636-9292. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-636-9292.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 6644 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 6644. Enjoy.
And back here at halftime, being entertained by the Tonganoxie marching band. Chieftains leading the Cyclones 56-0 here at intermission. Cooper Cunningham with 6 touchdowns, 4 on the ground. Check that, 5 on the ground and 1 on an interception return. Let's take a look at other scores at the half at Ottawa University. Central Heights leads West Franklin 8-6. Again, the winner of that ball game advances to the 2A playoffs next week, first round of the playoffs. The loser would have to go into the cross-bracketing for the 5 and 6 teams in that district. So that's our KOFO game of the week. You can log on to KOFO.com, and Luke Queen will get you up to date on that ball game. But again, it's at the half, 8-6, Central Heights. Topeka Hayden running roughshod over Wellsville tonight, 44-0 at the half in Topeka. Bonner Springs leads Piper at the half, 19-0, as the Braves try to move to 6-2 on the season. Fort Scott leads Eudora 12-7 at halftime. Tigers looking to match their record with Eudora, perhaps move up in the seedings in Class 4A. Paola Panthers lead Lewisburg at half, 13-0. Paola is the number 1 seed in 4A East. Lewisburg at 5-2, trying to play for some additional seeding if they can win here this evening. No score to report to you on Baldwin and Spring Hill. Wish one of those two schools would report something to us. Burlington at halftime, actually in the third quarter now, leads Anderson County 28-6. Jefferson West is beating Santa Fe Trail tonight 26-0. Girard up by 7 over Osawatomie at the half, 21-14. No score to report to you on Osage City at McLouth tonight. Linden was trailing Jackson Heights at the end of one quarter, 13-0 at Linden. And no score to report to you on Meridazine Valley and Lost Springs. Scores from around the state of Kansas comes your way tonight at around 10 o'clock with the Kansas High School Football Scoreboard Show. And Nick Gosnell will be here to bring you that program and get you up to date on Week 8 of the high school football season. Again, at halftime here, 56-0 Tonganoxie, and we'll return in a couple of minutes. You're listening to Ottawa Cyclone football on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
Safe, secure, strong. We're rock solid. Kansas State Bank, a better way to bank with community people you know. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
No matter the brand, Adams & Brothers can prepare your home comfort system for the cold Kansas winter ahead. Call them today, 785-242-9273. Adams & Brothers, maintaining your comfort for over 30 years.
It's inevitable. When the weather gets cold, bears hibernate, your car battery dies, and construction crews like to work inside. Dials Construction is no exception. Jason and his crew like to work indoors, out of the elements, in the cold winter months that'll be here soon. If you have indoor work you need done, maybe that bathroom addition you've always wanted, a new kitchen, or it's time to renovate that attic into your space. Now's the time to dial Dials, 418-8211. Won't you do your part to help keep a construction crew warm this winter? Dial Dials, 418-8211.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 6644 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 6644. Enjoy.
Tonganoxie leads Ottawa 56-0 at the half. A few score updates for you. Third quarter scores now. Bonner Springs 26, Piper nothing. Santa Fe Trails got it on the board against Jefferson West, but the Tigers still lead 26-6. And Girard picked up a score. They now lead Osawatomie 28-14, also in the third quarter. Taking a quick look at the Ottawa High School calendar, cross country runs regionals tomorrow. Volleyball plays sub-state, and I believe the Cyclones have the number 12 seed on the east side, and they will take on the number 5 seed Labette County in the first round, needing a couple of match wins to advance to the state tournament next week. And soccer, we don't have this information for sure yet, but they're probably going to play in a play-in game Monday, and I think their most likely opponent will be Atchison, and that game would be at home. But again, keep your radios tuned to KOFO. We'll make sure we have the accurate information for you on that. Tomorrow afternoon, we have Ottawa University football for you from Advent Health Field at OU. It's the Braves and the Bethel Threshers. Kickoff at 1 o'clock, pregame at 12 o'clock here on KOFO. Also on the OU sports calendar, cross-country runs Saturday at the Mid-States Classic in Winfield. Soccer at home tomorrow against Avila, and those will be evening games. Wednesday, they'll be on the road at Kansas Wesleyan. Women's volleyball is at Avila on Tuesday. Esports has an Overwatch match on Saturday, tomorrow, and then on Tuesday they have a Hearthstone match. Of course, you can catch that at Peters Auditorium on the campus of Ottawa University. And guess what? Basketball gets underway this week. The men are right now in the Virgin Islands at the University of Virgin Islands Classic. They'll take on the host team tomorrow, and then on Sunday they will face Wilberforce University before coming back to Kansas and traveling up the road to Baker to take on the Wildcats on Tuesday the 29th. And women's basketball gets underway a week from tonight, and they will take on Benedictine, and that game will be played in Leavenworth at the University of St. Mary. Both teams back out of the locker room. Second half comes your way in 1 minute. Tonganoxie leads 56-0, and this is Cyclone football on KOFO.
If your family depends on your income and something happened to you, what would happen to them? You need life insurance, and SelectQuote can help you get it at a price you can afford.
SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, who's in excellent health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $19 a month.
Not in perfect health? Don't worry.
SelectQuote found Tanya, 40, who has type 2 diabetes, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for only $32 a month.
We shop companies like Protective, Prudential, American General, and others to find you the company with the best rates. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford.
For your free quote, call 1-800-636-9292. That's 1-800-636-9292. Or go to SelectQuote.com. That's 1-800-636-9292.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
A couple of score updates for you. Eudora has retaken the lead on Fort Scott, 14-12. That game with about 3.5 to play in the third period. And at halftime, Jackson Heights leads Linden by the score of 14-7. So the Tigers cutting that deficit in half, looking to win that 1A district, but they'll have to come from behind in the second half of play against a good Jackson Heights Cobra football team. Here it's 56-0. Ottawa gets the football to start the third period. I believe we'll have a running clock throughout the second half of play. We'll see how they do this. It's really kind of up to the teams to some extent as to what they want to do, but there's probably good reason tonight to have that clock running in the third and fourth quarters. I took a look at that rule. That rule is also in place for all rounds of the playoffs except for the championship games. In the lower classifications, the 8-man classification especially, there's actually a mercy rule at the half, and had we been playing 8-man football, this game would actually be over at this point in time. Looks like Wellsville has gotten on the board, but they still trail Hayden tonight 50-6. That game in the third quarter. Ottawa move right to left here in the third quarter of play. Cyclones will drop back Talon Morris deep. In front of him are Seth Cubison, Kay Lane, and Adrian Aho. Javier Trujillo will tee the ball up. He's been a busy man tonight. Left-footed kicker gets the signal from the official. Boots it deep. Aho will field at the 8. Aho to the 15, stutter steps, and that's a problem because that gives the defense more time to get there, and he's brought down at the 20-yard line. Now at this point, clock has stopped, so apparently we are not going to play running clock here in the third. I believe it's, I'm not sure if it's a requirement or not, but we would expect it, I think, in the fourth quarter for sure. But right now, clock is stopped. 1st and 10, Ottawa at their own 20. Man comes in motion left. That's Creech. Handoff goes to Clevenger up the middle for about 3 to the 23. West Franklin has taken the lead on Central Heights. They ran the second half kickoff back for a score, and it's now 12-8 Falcons. Second down, 7 Cyclones. In motion, Aho gets it on the sweep, trying to get around the corner, picks up positive yardage, still fighting, out to about the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 5, third down and a couple. Third down along 2. Wing T formation, man in motion, that's Creech on the jet sweep. Trying to turn the corner, flag is thrown. That was a loss on the play, though, is coming up to make the tackle was Heston Robbins. And if it's a penalty against Ottawa, most likely Tonganoxie would decline it. Holding against Ottawa. Well, Chieftains take the penalty. Now the clock is running at this point. They ran the clock through the penalty call, so now we would assume that the clock will run the rest of the ball game, with the exception of the end of the quarter, of course, and also it's supposed to stop at timeouts, and it's supposed to stop after touchdowns, although we saw earlier in the season that was not occurring. Third down and 17. Kessinger looks to throw, pump fakes, throws a deep ball down the field for Richards, who makes the catch, and he's down to the 49-yard line on a nicely thrown ball by Kessinger. Actually, they'll mark him at the 50, so gain on the play of 33. Chieftains on the pump fake, and Kessinger threw a strike to Richards, who made a nice catch with a defender around him. First and 10 at the 50-yard line. Handoff, Clevenger looking for something, but nothing there. He's hit and driven back by Schleichel. Lost a couple on the play. Schleichel is how you pronounce the young man's name. Second down and 12 upcoming. Another score for Bonner Springs. Braves shutting out Piper tonight, 33-0. Second and 12. Right up the middle goes Clevenger, fighting across the 50, still fighting his way forward, and gets down to about the 46.5 before he's pushed back. Good effort there by Aaron Clevenger. And a third down 6 for the Cyclones. Eudora has scored again. They lead Fort Scott 21-12 now in the third. Kessinger throws out in the flat past Cobb, but brought down immediately was Aho. Yard gain maybe. Fourth down and 6 coming up for the Cyclones. Another score for Jefferson West as they lead 32-6 now over Santa Fe Trail. All the scores and reports from around the state coming your way on the high school football scoreboard show tonight at 10 o'clock. On fourth down, Kessinger rolling left. Looks, he's got a man open downfield, and the pass is caught by Lane Hughes, and Hughes is down inside the 10, all the way down to the 5-yard line. Hughes broke away from the pack as Kessinger rolled to the left. Kessinger made a nice throw, and Ottawa has it first and goal at the 5-yard line. At the end of 3, Paola 13, Lewisburg nothing. Keeping his Kessinger, he looks into the end zone. He's got a man, and it is incomplete off his hands. Covison was the intended receiver, just a little bit too far for him. Osawatomie has scored. They're back within 6 against Girard, 28-22. That game with about 2.5 to play in the third period. Second and goal for the Cyclones. 5:30 to play in the third quarter. Tonganoxie leads 56-0. Morris behind Kessinger in the backfield. Quick hitter to Morris. Fights his way forward to the 2. Where it will be third down and goal. Come on, Cyclones, punch this thing in. They actually have the ball spotted at the 3. Third and goal there. Kessinger again rolling, looking, throws. Touchdown, Ottawa. Peyton Lee with the touchdown reception. So Ottawa on the board. Reese Fogel will try the extra point. And the kick is up, and it's good. The score came with 4:15 to play in the third, and it's now 56-7 with Ottawa to kick off. We'll take a quick 30-second break. You're listening to Cyclone Football on KOFO.
Cyclone fans, stand up and cheer. Ottawa debit cards are here. Show your Cyclone school spirit with an exclusive Ottawa High School debit card, available only at Arvest Bank. Get yours today by opening a new checking account or upgrading your existing Arvest debit card. Even better, each card supports the Booster Club. Arvest encourages you to support local students and their after-school activities. Stop by their location on 3rd Street in Ottawa to get your Cyclones debit card today. Arvest Bank, member FDIC. Fees may apply.
A couple of long plays highlighting that 80-yard drive. One, a sweep that got the ball out to the 50. And then the long pass from Kessinger to Hughes that took it down inside the red zone at the 5-yard line. And then Kessinger found Peyton Lee for the touchdown. Fogel will kick it off. Short kick, fielded by an up back at the 25, and brought down at around the 40. Clock is running, 2:21 to play in the third quarter. Let's see who we have out at quarterback here in the second half for Tonganoxie. These two teams are very likely now to meet up again next week. Final score tonight from Topeka, Hayden beats Wellsville 50-6. Handoff to the running back, hit in the backfield, but breaks away from that tackle. Picks up about 3, maybe 4 out to the 43. Aaron Clevenger made the tackle. Girard scores. They lead Osawatomie 36-22, late third period. Trojans versus Trojans tonight there at Osawatomie. Flag is thrown. Jackson Stevens on the carry, picks up a yard, maybe a 2 to the 45. Flag in the area where you're going to see a hold. Let's see if Ottawa accepts that penalty. They will. That'll move it back to the 33. Make it second down and 17. And time's going to run out here in the third quarter. That's the end of the third quarter of play with the score of Tonganoxie 56, Ottawa 7. Fourth quarter comes your way in 1 minute. This is Cyclone football on KOFO.
Have you ever walked into a business and been treated so well by the people that work there, you can tell they were meant to do what they do? That's what you feel when you walk into Sutton's Jewelry in downtown Ottawa. For more than 50 years, you've been treated with personal service and attention while being shown the best in high-quality jewelry and accessories. If you want to drive out of town, be treated like a number so an associate can make a commission, and walk out with jewelry like everybody else, go right ahead. But for a unique jewelry buying experience, walk into Sutton's Jewelry at 213 South Main in downtown Ottawa. Open Tuesday through Friday 10 to 5:30, Saturdays 10 to 2. It's late at night. You've been visiting family and you're on your way home. You didn't see the deer in front of you until it was too late. Everyone is safe. Your vehicle did its job and protected you. Now you get to find out if your auto insurance does the same. It will, because you have State Farm Auto Insurance through local agent Keith King in Ottawa.
I'm State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King. Let's work together to be sure your vehicle has the coverage you need. Call and schedule an appointment today at 242-9435. Stop by my office at 111 South Main in Ottawa or visit online at keithking.net.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
Second down at about 16. Jackson Stevens on the carry for Tonganoxie. He's hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Peyton Lee came up and made the initial hit. And it'll be third down and long. Updated score from the ballparks. Houston leads Washington 2-1, that game in the fifth. Astros in just about a must-win situation here tonight, throwing Zach Greinke against Anibal Sanchez. Third and 16. Handoff to Jackson Stevens once again. He'll get it out to the 39 and be stopped there by Aaron Clevenger. And a fourth down situation for Tonganoxie. I don't think they've punted tonight. Let's see if they do so here. Yes, they did the one time. It was really out of the offensive set. And that looks like what they're going to do right here, possibly. Well, no. They line up in an offensive formation. Ottawa has nobody back. 4th and 10. Stevens off the left side, looking for running room. Doesn't get the first down. Brought down at the 45-yard line on a nice tackle by Seth Covison. So Ottawa will have it at the Tonganoxie 45, 1st and 10. The clock is running, 10:25 to play in the game. 56-7, Chieftains over the Cyclones. Final score, Prairie View completes an unbeaten regular season. They shut out Iowa tonight 41-0. Congratulations to the Buffaloes. First and 10, Ottawa. Clevenger off the left side. Gets it inside the 45 to about the 43, picks up a couple. Jefferson West now leads Santa Fe Trail 39-6. Second down and a long 8. Burlington all over Anderson County tonight, 42-12 in the fourth. Rolling out right is Kessinger. Avoids a man, but then he'll try to throw the football, and that'll be a grounding penalty. There was really nobody in the area that time. Kessinger just should have tucked it under and went down with the football. That's a loss of down and the yardage. So 10-yard mark off back to the Ottawa 47, and it will bring up a third down and 18. Central Heights was retaking the lead on West Franklin 16-12 in the third quarter. Seesaw battle between those two Franklin County schools at Ottawa University tonight. On third down, Kessinger steps up in the pocket, looks to avoid a man. Now will decide to run it, 50, 45, and run out of bounds at around the 41-yard line. Nice scramble by Kessinger that time will now give Ottawa a chance on fourth downs, fourth and about 6. Ottawa will go for it on 4th and 6. Empty backfield. Kessinger steps up, rolls right, looks, still looking. Now throws downfield. He's got his man. Aho makes the catch at the 26-yard line and is out of bounds there. 7 minutes to play. First and 10 Cyclones at the Chieftains' 26-yard line. Girard leads Osawatomie 43-22 at the end of 3. Chanute has come back to take a 14-8 lead early fourth quarter against Lebec County. Quarterback run by Kessinger, avoids one man, gets positive yardage inside the 25, gained about a yard, all things considered. May have done a few too many stutter step moves there. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Clevenger the back in the formation. Across the middle, pass is caught, and then the pass is ruled incomplete. Receiver had the ball for a second, and then it got knocked out on the hard tackle. And a full holding call against Ottawa in the backfield. That'll move it back to the 37. Second down now. And about 21. 5 minutes to go. Cyclones with 2nd and 21. Kessinger again to throw. He's under heavy pressure. He'll go down. Back at the 41, a loss of 4. And the Cyclone offensive line just has not been able to do anything against this very quick and big Tonganoxie defensive line. Now 3rd down and 25. Kessinger rolling left, looks, now he's going to be hit. He'll throw it down the field, and was that a sliding catch? They'll say incomplete, said he trapped it. Oh, the official on the far side said it was a catch. The one that had probably a better angle at it said it was incomplete, but we'll see what they decide here. I'm not sure who made that play. It may have been Creech. And they'll rule it a catch. 4th down and 9 at the 25-yard line now. So Creech came back for the football, made a sliding grab. And now the Cyclones will do what? Timeout called for by Ottawa. Stops the clock with 3:07 to play in the game. Tonganoxie leads 56-7, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Ottawa High Football on KOFO.
I came here to run cross country, and it ended up being way different than I thought it was going to be. It's unlike anything I've ever been a part of to be on the team. Everyone is so completely different. There are people you never thought you'd be friends with, nothing like your outside friends, but somehow you all click to be the same and have the same interests, but yet completely different. Everyone's always there for you. It's not just about running. Friendships and families like they're your siblings when you're away from home. That's what it means to be a part of the Braves cross country and track team, to be a family.
Be a Brave. Visit ottawa.edu. Evercraft sockets and tools available at Napa Auto Parts in Ottawa, Baldwin City, Osage City, and Gardner.
Ottawa's going to try a 42-yard field goal here. Reese Fogel out of the hold of, I believe that's Seth Tubbison out there. Good snap. Fogel's kick is going to be well short and no good. So Tonganoxie will get the football back here with just under 3 minutes to go in the game. Not even sure the Chieftains will have to get a first down in this situation. DeSoto beat Pittsburgh tonight. That moves Pittsburgh down in the 4A East seeding. Tongi player a little bit late to get on the field, but now they've got 11. Handoff taken by Sleekle. Sleekle gets it across the 30 out to around the 32. A host of Cyclones there. Lane, Clevenger, Lee, Aho, all there. Gain on the play of 6 yards, 2nd and 4. We're under 2 minutes to go now. Time permitting, we'll take you out to Ottawa University for the final quarter or so of that ball game after we get done here. This is Stevens picking up a couple of yards to the 33. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Under a minute to play. Tonganoxie will finish out the regular season undefeated at 8-0. The Cyclones will fall to 1-7 here tonight. And they will come right back here, most likely. Paola and Lewisburg not over with yet. Stevens will have the first down the sidelines, and he's going to go. One man to beat, and he will go into the end zone. Touchdown, Tonganoxie. Jackson Stevens and he ends up going 63 yards for the score. And the clock has run out. There'll be no point attempt tried. And that is the end of the ball game. Final score here tonight from Beatty Field in Tonganoxie. Chieftains beat the Ottawa Cyclones 62-7, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. You're listening to Ottawa High Football on KOFO.
This is Craig Dingle of Dingle & Son Mortuary. All of our locations sell monuments. We have talented people who are experts in bringing your ideas to life to help you create the monument you envision. The possibilities are unlimited.
Dingle & Son Mortuary, 785-242-2323. How would you like to see the most exciting team in football from the front row? KOFO and Furniture Loft are sending you to Arrowhead for an experience you'll never forget. You and a friend in front row seats to watch a Chiefs game? Just stop by Furniture Loft in Osage City at 523 Market Street or Emporia at 2914 West US 50 to register once each time you're there. Only one win per person. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 to win. The next ticket giveaway is for the Chiefs game November 3rd versus the Vikings. We'll announce the winner October 31st during the Brad Howard Early Morning Show.
The KOFO Thanks for Giving campaign is coming soon. Be listening for details about our sponsor locations where you can donate non-perishable food items, toys, or cash, or all three, for friends and neighbors in our community who may need a helping hand this holiday season. Thanks for giving from all of us at KOFO.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover. All for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter 6644 at checkout. That's harrys.com, code 6644. Enjoy.
Sports, information, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
Tonganoxie dominates Ottawa here tonight, 62-7 the final. They scored on the final play of the ball game. They scored 35 points in the first period, led 56-0 at the half. Ottawa got a score midway through the third period, capping off an 80-yard drive, 3-yard touchdown pass from Caleb Kessinger to Peyton Lee, but too much Cooper Cunningham here tonight. He scored 6 times, 5 on the ground and 1 on a pass interception for a touchdown. And Tonganoxie completes an undefeated regular season, and barring a Lewisburg comeback against Paola in the fourth period over at Lewisburg tonight, Ottawa's going to be right back here next Friday night to take on these same Chieftains in the first round of the 4A playoffs. Again, the final score here tonight, 62-7. Tonganoxie with the win. And this is Gary Bateman saying so long from Beatty Field at Tonganoxie High School.
We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of Ottawa Cyclone football on KOFO. Brought to you by Quality Structures Incorporated, Dingle & Son Mortuary, Sutton's Jewelry, Bank Midwest, Advent Health Ottawa, and by Ottawa University, Kramer Pharmacy, Ottawa Recreation Commission, and Lamb Roberts Funeral Home. Our Cyclone game sponsors also include Cosentino's Price Chopper, Kansas State Bank, Adamson Brothers Heating and Cooling, CarStar, Arvest Bank, the Ottawa Herald, and the City of Ottawa, Dials Construction, State Farm Insurance Agent Keith King, and Fusion Alley with Primetime Grill coming soon. For more information about Ottawa Cyclone football broadcasts, visit the KOFO sports page at KOFO.com. This has been an exclusive presentation from your sports source for East Central Kansas, KOFO.
We now join the KOFO High School football game of the week in progress as West Franklin and Central Heights are playing.
It's second down. They've got one showing on the chain gang, but two showing on the scoreboard. We'll see here. Duel in motion. And we've got a whistle and a flag. It looked like a false start here on the Vikings offensive line. That will be the call. 17 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And we've got, now it'll be backed up inside the 25. The ball placed down at the 24-yard line. I've got it down as first down and 15 yards to go. Maybe 14 as they got to get across the 38. Ball looks to be at the 24-yard line. So first down and 14. We go under 10 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Central Heights looks like they're just going to allow the clock to run out as we have 2-1, and we have reached the end of quarter number 3. Central Heights trails West Franklin here at Advent Health Field at Ottawa University, 18-16. 60-second timeout. We'll be back for fourth quarter action. You're listening to high school football, KOFO.com.
KOFO Radio in Ottawa is looking for just the right person to join our marketing department. The right person might have a background in business-to-business sales, will be outgoing, upbeat, a team player, and eager to learn. We'll give you the time-tested and proven tools and training to help you be successful. You supply the positive attitude, drive, and hard work. Send your resume to KOFO@KOFO.com or drop it by the KOFO studios at 320 East Radio Road, Ottawa, Kansas, during regular business hours. No phone calls, please. KOFO is an equal opportunity employer.
Every 16 minutes, someone dies on our nation's highways, resulting in thousands of fatalities a year. You can help stop this tragedy. Buckle up. Buckle up, everyone in the vehicle. Wear helmets. Pay attention and reduce distractions. While October 10th is Put the Brakes on Fatalities Day, we need you to think about traffic safety every day. Don't let time run out.
Brought to you by the Kansas Department of Transportation and this station.
Hey, welcome back to Advent Health Field at Ottawa University. Luke Queen with you here this evening. It'll bring up second down and 14 for Central Heights. Ball back on their own 24-yard line. Got to get out across the 38 for the first down. Tony Detweiler in the shotgun formation takes the direct snap. He's going to carry it out to the left side. Not much there. Cuts it back. He's able to get a few yards as he was about tackled there for a loss. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard on the carry. Ball will be marked just shy of the 25-yard line. So it'll bring up third down, and we'll call it 14. Still, as it's short of the 25. Now we got a whistle and officials timeout here. Again, not sure what this is. Just the official just casually coming over, and now I look up at the scoreboard and I realize that there are zeros up on the clock. There were 12 minutes when they went to take that snap. Only a few seconds had gone off the clock. So a good catch there by the officials. Having some trouble here upstairs with the clock for some reason here this evening. It's going to be third down and a short 14, long 13 in this situation. I believe they might consider
I think they're going to talk about whether or not they're going to keep the time on the field, possibly. There's still 0 showing up on the scoreboard. Now they've got it back, showing 9:54 remaining here in the ball in regulation. 18-16, West Franklin on top of Central Heights here as we are about 2 minutes in to the fourth quarter. Central Heights comes out, 3 receivers split to the right. Single receiver Coy Newell out by himself to the left. Brady Burson in the shotgun formation. The official is still waiting at 9:54 on the clock. I did not see what the clock, but it does seem like that is quite a bit of time to be off the clock. I believe we just run one play here in the fourth quarter. Now they've got the clock set to 11:54, which is more like what I expected it to be. Trip receivers right, single receiver left. Burson in a shotgun formation. He's going to take the snap, drop back to pass. He's looking deep under pressure. He's hit at about the 15, and he'll be taken down, sacked on the play, back inside the 20 at about the 15-yard line. That's going to be a 9-yard loss, and it's going to bring up 4th down and long here. 15-yard line, got to get it out to the 38. So 4th down and 22 yards to go. Colin Haynes will go back to punt this ball away for Central Heights. Heights has had a little trouble with the snap. This time it is good. Haynes punted it away. It's a short punt, going to go down at about the 34. Now it's going to take a Falcon roll back towards the 30, and they're going to take over in plus position here. Hunter Bone, nice job to recognize that ball backing up. In about 3 yards, went down at the 34. Bones able to jump on it at the 31-yard line. So it's 1st down and 10 here for West Franklin at the Viking 31-yard line. It's only 16 yards on the punt. West Franklin with the 2-point lead, 18-16. Just under 11 minutes remaining in regulation. Swank goes in motion. Berzer going to turn, give to Wise. Wise inside the 30. He'll be tackled down at about maybe the 26-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play on 1st down. Good strong run there from Cameron Wise off the right guard. Been a play that has been effective for West Franklin this evening as Wise going hard, following the lead block to the right. Receiver's going to split out wide each side. Smith to the right and Hatfield left. Berzer under center again. McKenzie going in motion. The give's going to be straight up the middle. Cameron Wise going to carry it down as he approaches the 20-yard line. And that's going to be enough for the 1st down as he needed 4 and he got 5 on the play. Down to the 20-yard line. 1st down and 10 at the 20 for West Franklin. And the winner of this ball game will get the 4 seed out of district number 2 and advance into the 2A playoff bracket. Losing team will be the 5 seed and be in a consolation game next week. Single receiver wide to the right. Berzer under center. Swank starts in motion. It's going to be a counter play here, and that is Caleb McKenzie on the carry. He's going to be inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st down and 10. So bring up 2nd down and 4. Good 1st down carry there for McKenzie as he went lined up in the slot. Swank started in motion, faked the give to him, and went on a little bit of a reversal there to McKenzie.